Hello, everybody. It's Musty Hobbit here, and we are here for another Cartridge Club Hangout. It is Tuesday night, and as usual, we will be talking all sorts of gaming stuff. Maybe we'll talk a little bit about what our Valentine's Day plans are, what we thought of the Cartridge Club efforts toward Kevin Buried on Mars's live stream this past weekend. I'm sure we'll have some experiences worth talking about. I'm going to send out the invite here to whoever is interested. And again, this is an open invite, so do not feel like if you're not mentioned on this that you aren't, that we don't want you. We are more than interested in having new people join us. This is not a not an exclusive club, so, or an exclusive little thing that we're doing. So if you are at all interested, please jump in, and we'll be doing our best to monitor the chat. So if you just want to talk to us that way, that works too. And it looks like we've got, oh yeah, we're getting the hashtags like crazy. Mars, I love it. The cat. But yeah, other than that, things are going well for me. I hope things are going well for you. This past weekend, I played 4 hours of Dark Souls for the Heart Research Institute charity drive, and it was a lot of fun. I had a really good time. I was kind of dreading it, and I'm glad that I pushed through. And from the comments that people were making, there's still some stuff I have to learn, and I will obviously need to teach myself that as I progress. But I'm pretty happy with the progress that I made up to this point. So I would say it's a general success, although there were some moments where I was really kind of irritated by things. But yeah, to those who stuck around for 4 hours of me playing Dark Souls, thank you. Watching the learning process, it's you know, I don't do Let's Plays, but because I find myself zoning, and that was it's kind of what I ended up doing a little bit during Dark Souls. At least it felt that way. I don't know if it was boring or monotonous, but there was just some moments where it's just like, I need to be in this spot. I need to be not trying to crack jokes or be funny in the moment. Certainly there's some things that I think were funny. Hello, Fitnat.
Hey.
How are you?
Good.
Turn the volume down on my headphones.
Stop putting random hashtags in the chat with Mars long enough to click the join link.
Yeah. Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
I like the one that I put on Twitter today.
I must have missed it.
Oh, it was CC Senor.
Oh. That's good. I approve.
Yeah, Travis. At least it was probably Travis. Travis said he liked it too. So thanks for watching my Dark Souls education.
Yeah. It was frustrating.
Yeah.
Kidding. You did pretty good.
So what suggestions would you like? What am I doing? What am I doing that I need to get better at? The parrying, I think, is the biggest thing, because I just did not do it until that one moment.
Yeah, the thing you're doing with the parrying that's kind of, well, you're doing a lot of early game stuff that is going to just, like, the fighting game term is punish. You're getting a lot of punish early on. So, like, the thing you're doing with the parry is you're just mashing that shield until it hits. That's going to, like, you're just trying to get that parry as hard as you can. You're wasting a lot of stamina, and it's going to get you hit.
Okay.
You have to work on, like, better just, like, that game is all timing and defense. I am not a pro at all, but I have played that early game for so many hours that I have the, like, basics down of what not to do as much as possible in that early area.
Yeah. Okay.
Like, I think I made it to, like,
it was all kind of the.
Go ahead.
Yeah, it was all kind of the flow of how things were going. Like up to that point, it was like there were points I was just walking around with the shield and just having it up at all times.
Yeah, that's another one.
That's also as we're starting to learn. But yeah, it was fun. I from where I was when I walked away from Demon Souls. Yeah, this feels I don't know. It doesn't feel entirely different. I just felt slightly more prepared.
Yeah, it's a lot smoother than Demon Souls from what I've played of it. From what I've played of both, as I said, I only got to maybe the third boss. I didn't fight it, but I got to the third boss in Dark Souls. I'm not going to spoil what that is, but I got to that point, and I had played enough that I'm like, I know what's coming. I'm not doing that. Not right now.
Yeah. Yeah, it was like... And the one thing is, like, I ended up... The point of the bridge, like, I could have... I ended up, like, returning. Yeah, well, the dragon showed up, right? I could have sprinted and gotten down and gotten to that checkpoint right there, but I ended up using the bone to go back to the checkpoint and then had to go through all of that again. Like there were some things like that where it was like if I didn't want people to spoon feed me that information, but if I had known that it was just over that ridge, and that if I was just careful enough that I could make it, there's some time savings there, I think.
Yeah, like when you get across the bridge, and I just said, "Go right, do not go left. Do not go left." Didn't say why, but you could tell why not to go left.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I'm trying not to just pick your stuff apart, but I'm telling you what some early game stuff is just not to do.
Sure.
Is with like you can do the different kinds of slashes, and you can do like the thrusting slash. Do that when you're in like hallways, like when you're fighting the rats.
So not hitting
lure them out. So you're not hitting the wall. That's why you got the what was it, the weapon, the weapon damage, like where it said your weapon is weak or whatever it said on the screen. I don't remember.
Yeah.
It's just because you kept hitting the crates with your sword and walls, and that just over the time really does a lot of damage to your weapon.
Okay.
So it's just that's kind of the simple stuff you have to learn as you go, but it saves you so much time just to be told that simple stuff.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there were some moments where it's just like, like the tables. I didn't need to do anything with the tables, but
no.
Yeah, it was I'm interested to see what that thing in the basement was. That happened toward the end. That was pretty priceless.
Yeah, that was a good time.
In fact, that's probably one of my favorite moments of the whole thing. But like the stuff like fighting the cathedral guy and then having the other guy show up, I was just, like, it's just like, this isn't fair.
Yeah. And I was telling you to learn the backstab for a reason. It's a lifesaver, and a literal lifesaver.
Yeah. I just never felt like I was dodging well enough to get all the way behind.
Yeah, but a lot of enemies, like the shield ones early on that you were trying to do it with, they have a long wind up for their attack. So, like, when they swing their swords and then they've kind of got that second of nothing, you can get behind them and do it then.
Gotcha.
Hey, Derek.
Hello.
Hello, Derek. Yeah, Mars liked when I became a mouse meal. I got teamed up on. That was not fun.
Yeah.
How are you, Derek?
Not bad.
How's your
you
Xbox?
See what I'm doing,
How's your How's your ex? Oh, what? Wait.
That's
Is that
not
the
my-
new?
Many
Hold on.
plural.
That's my
That's
current
the one I
Xboxes
used-
to work on.
I used to have
Which one
that
did you
one.
use to? What, this?
That one. Yes.
That's a
had that
sticker.
skin.
I got that from a friend of mine. That's
know.
hilarious.
I used to have that exact one, and so I had that one. This is super exciting because I almost want that one more than the crystal one.
That one's a work in progress right now.
Is
It's a
it?
hard drive swap.
I'll just take the top shell off that. I used to. I had that skin on mine that I had it actually chip modded, and then I lent it to my buddy, and it ended up that by the time I got it back, it had stopped working. It was flashing like green and red light instead of or blue and red light or something. I think the chip got unseated.
I know that's one.
Maybe.
Oh no.
Maybe. It wasn't the you don't have a cord in there. It was the there's something
yellow and
legitimate.
green, I think. Yeah, I have one here that flashes red and green, I think. Yeah, red and green. I have one that flashes red and green, and that's something problem with the motherboard.
Okay, so
that's what I got from Bill, I think.
So the problem is, I never ended up trying to fix it. I was at that point I was dumb and in upgrade mode all the time, so I pitched it, and so I haven't found I can't find that sticker combo anywhere.
Oh my god.
That's like the first I've seen that since I threw away my original Xbox.
That's hilarious. I might have to bring that top then. The top would be a heck of a lot easier to bring with me.
Yeah, that's also true. But a lot of people are asking what you're doing with those.
Crystal.
So,
yes. I'm not looking at chat at all. I'm modding all of them. The green one's for me, but the hard drive died on me, so I had to put a new drive in it. And then every other one that I can get modded, I'm modding and taking to Barry.
Okay.
They're all going to Barry, and they're going to have a huge collection of arcade games on them. The same thing I did for... No, I didn't do it for Bill and Joe, because I didn't have hard drives big enough at the time. Yeah. So there's a couple of them that have problems, like one I got from Bill with a dead hard drive that's pretty much just usable for parts. Then the other one I got from Bill that someone had done a mod chip, like a custom mod chip, and that one's toast too, but they're good for parts. I think one of the crystals has a dead power supply, the guy that I bought off him today said, and the rest just all need to be tested. It's gonna be interesting.
It's a crazy good deal. So you're gonna put those together with the hard drives you got from James?
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
No.
That is the plan.
Making it happen.
Yeah. All it's gonna take is a whole bunch of time.
Yeah.
I have to go pick up all those hard drives from James too.
Oh yeah.
It's an hour and 40 minutes from here. So I'm working on it, figuring out with the wife when that's gonna be. I got a Duke here, but the cord is just messed. He's electrical taped it because it broke. Hopefully I have one for parts I can swap the cord out on. And then, nobody needs this many DVD remotes or DVD receivers. That's just not necessary.
Especially if you mod them.
Exactly.
I mean,
you don't need a receiver at all.
In order to use the remote, if you're just looking for DVD functionality, you won't need them.
Yeah. I got one in box even. Brand new sealed.
Nice. That's good.
But there are some component cables here, which will be good. Component, and then this component one.
Present you so that my cat
SVDO.
meowing doesn't burn. Oh, those are cool. See, I don't have any of those.
I find these
had
annoying.
the monster. Yeah,
okay,
they seem kind of extraneous. I had the monster cable ones, like the green, like rated cable.
I just hooked
Those
that
are
up,
awesome.
didn't I? Oh, I don't have it hooked up. It was over here somewhere. It's just that one. I have it hooked. I have it sitting over here somewhere. It's to be hooked up.
Yeah, those are good ones.
Yeah. It's a huge cable too. If I can even
Yes,
figure out where I put
it's
it.
probably. I think it's probably like a 9-foot cable at least.
Yeah. That's way too long.
Yeah. Well, they're
I figure out
assuming
where
you're
I
going to
put
put it
it.
on like a 102-inch television, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Boom.
At the time. All right. Yeah, I'm trying to clean all this mess up. We had my daughter's birthday in December, and I kind of just shoved things in a closet. So now I'm trying to make things accessible. I don't even know what to do with the easier modes. The last batch of them I had, I just donated them all to a thrift store. I might have to do the same thing again because I don't think anybody wants them. Yeah.
I'm sure you'll find some. You'll find some Xbox collector who wants sealed accessories. So at least that
The
one.
sealed one? Yeah, I'll keep that one and put that for sale in Barrie. Maybe it'll sell. But the rest of them, I have no idea. I can't see anybody wanting them. And then this is some... Where the hell's my camera there? Like Xbox IR receiver. It looks like it plugs into USB. I do not understand.
Weird.
And looks like one of them already has this installed too. Right here, you can see a little infrared receiver coming out the bottom. It looks exactly like the one here.
That's
So I'm
interesting.
guessing it's basically probably like the receiver that
Like-
you plug into a port, but they've hooked it up to not use the port, is my guess. I think only one has
That
it.
makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense. So that you don't lose a controller port over it.
Exactly, yeah, that's my guess. Because it's just a USB hub, I'm pretty sure you can probably hook up anything you want to, any accessory there, and shouldn't actually use a slot as long as it's not using the physical slot.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to figure out where else to put all these cables. I need to organize all this stuff.
I'm sitting on 2 spare Xboxes, so there.
I kind of wish I only had 2.
Yeah, I brought one of them into the store. The one that, because one of them I have a bad drive, or a bad disk drive, and one of them
that's
I
not bad.
soft modded.
Yep.
So I could just swap the drives and make the
Yeah,
modded
as long as you
one.
don't plan on ripping games to the hard drive at all, because they
forgot
load
about
faster
that.
when they're ripped to the hard drive.
Yeah, I mean it's got the stock hard drive. I don't think I'm gonna go through that process.
Oh,
If I
that's
keep
true.
them,
Yeah, for sure.
That's the thing is I may just get rid of them. I had this big dream of someday having a 4 Xbox LAN party in this house.
Let's do it.
It's just not gonna. You could do that like 3 times
How
over.
many can we do? Yeah,
You could have a neighborhood LAN party with that.
could do it.
It's true.
What is it? 2, 4, 6,
All you need
8,
is
10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 19 consoles.
so all we need is 7. Oh wait, we need
They
18
don't all
more
work.
Steel Battalion controllers.
Minor details.
Yeah,
I definitely have enough networking in the house for it, but it's not. I don't have enough TVs.
That'd be one
Was
big
that a
game of Halo
zapper?
2.
Did I just see a
Zapper?
zapper in a picture frame?
Yeah,
Nice.
there's controllers to go on the other side. NES and SNES. I just haven't mounted them on the wall yet because they're in different frames and I don't like it.
I kind of want to do the shadow box. I had that one Duke that the wire frayed just inside the point where the wire goes into the back of the controller, and so
Yeah, that's what I just
problem
showed you
is-
is one of those. Exactly the same.
So I was gonna just chop it and shadow box it, I think,
This one's dirty.
but I don't know. a bunch of these art projects and things that I say that it would be a really good idea, and it's just like it's just not going to happen.
Yeah, I took NES controllers a while ago and I put them in shadow boxes, and I sold off a couple, and I kept one. Where did I put that one? Oh, on my video game shelf, because it was the safest place to put it.
Polykill says, "What's up, Derek's collarbone?" Nice. I like the hound's. Is that houndstooth?
Yeah, my wife just had that paper with scrapbooking stuff. So I sold 2 of these, and there's actually a couple that were having a baby, and they put it in the baby's room.
Oh, that's cool.
So yeah, art projects you were saying.
Yeah, so like I have this. So one of my first videos, I got this is the marquee to a golden tee, and I was like, I'm gonna come up with something to fit inside to replace the marquee insert there. And now it's been 2.5 years. I haven't done anything with it. And I got like stuff that needs to go in pictures.
The Halo case,
I got to do the artwork
case.
on the Halo case, right? It still says Under Armour on it. One of these days. But yeah, we we try. Hey, at least we put together this puzzle.
Yep. And at least you framed the thing I sent you.
Yes, I framed that right there. Yep. Yeah. No, I've got some stuff. It's just like I have some stuff that I need to like. There's pictures I got from Midwest last year that I want to get masks cut for them so that they actually look nice in frame. And I just I haven't taken the time. I need to do the measurements. I have the frames. If
it wasn't for that damn Tuesday night hangout.
Yeah, right. I got 1 kids.
Yeah, 1 kids.
1 kids.
Hashtag I got 1 kids.
That's going to be a thing now, you know it.
But yeah, one of these days. But yeah,
I keep forgetting. I
It'll
keep
be
forgetting. Keep forgetting I have this. A new 2DS, or sorry, new 3DS non-XL. Nobody ever talks about the
LL.
No,
It was the L.
New 3DS, but not XL.
Oh, the one with the faceplates. Okay.
Yeah, which are not easy to find for a deal because somebody lost
they were
the
out
2
very
Mario ones. Yeah,
okay. That's cool.
it's cool.
Seems like
I should just
seems like
sell my
NES
other
remix would be in
3DS.
there.
Yeah, I think they called it Mario Maker, but I don't know because it's got
Doesn't
a
make
squid
sense.
under it. So that squid doesn't make sense for anything.
Well, the amiibo, if you did the
squid things.
the Splatoon amiibo, you could turn
Oh,
into
that's
one.
true. If you did, maybe. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it must be Mario Maker. This
So you've got
stylus does not stand.
Miles says he likes it, and Frantic says that's the one I want.
I'm debating whether I keep it or sell it. I don't know. I paid too much for it because of the games that were with it that I wanted to sell off. But the stylus slides out because the little hook thing is not, bend it back or buy a new one. We'll see. It's cool. I just wish I could find faceplates for it that weren't like $10 or $20.
It's like finding faceplates for Xbox 360.
I find them all the time.
You do?
Yeah, for the old ones, the old Xbox 360.
Yeah, the
non-slim.
The non-slim.
Non-E, non-slim. Yeah, I see them all the time. People are just trying to get rid of them. But I don't have that console, so I have no use for them. I've given them away before. I think I've only ever gotten a couple, but I always give them away. Oh, I just found a random extra Xbox.
What happened?
I found another Xbox.
Oh. They're multiplying.
Just sitting there beside. It was sitting in the bookshelf, like just sitting right over there. I forgot it was there. So there's another one. That puts me up to 19, or is that 20? I don't remember.
You just dust the friggin' drapes and an Xbox falls out.
Okay, Musty, how many controllers do I need? I seriously struggle with this every time.
All the controllers.
How many do you
I've got
the right answer.
I've got a crystal. I've got a second crystal now, but do I bundle it with a crystal system? So I've got 2 crystals, 3 greens, and 2 blues. And then dukes. I've got 2 dukes over here as well. Oh, and then blacks.
So yeah, so I have. So I'm
PS2s because they're not.
Are we operating under the assumption that you have one working Xbox?
Yeah,
Or-
which is the plan eventually.
Okay. So I would treat your dukes independent from all the other ones. Keep all the dukes that you can up to 4.
Okay.
And then
In case I
would
have
go.
you over.
Well, sure. And then I would go 1 black, 1 green, 1 blue, and then whichever one you feel. But if you don't have a Logitech one, like the Logitech wireless one,
I don't. No.
oh no, crystal. There's your crystal. So
Yeah. I've got 2 crystals.
You have 4 colors. So keep both crystals. Keep both dukes. 1 green, 1 blue, 1 black. You should ask Bill though. Bill's the a little bit more controller.
Well, that's the problem. Is his idea is just keep them all. I think. I don't want to keep them all. I've already been doing that, and it's not helping my shelf space. I have like controller shelves just filled with controllers, and then the odd console. But like Xbox 360, I keep everything, and there's too freaking many. So 3 greens is obviously unnecessary, but I do have the green console is the one I'm going to keep. That'd be cool, but unnecessary.
Do you have one that's Halo branded?
No.
Oh, wait, no, you had just a green console without the Halo branding.
Yeah, we never got the Halo branding in Canada,
Gotcha.
as far as I'm aware.
Okay.
Um,
Neither have I. Yeah, the only special blue ones is the Kasumi one from Japan, which is that console. It would be amazing to have that console.
Yeah, but you just wouldn't want to touch it then.
Yeah, that's kind of true. That'd be one of those ones that you'd want it in box. There's one.
Yeah, that's true.
I need to. I'm gonna try and pull up this picture. It was the 2nd anniversary edition.
Okay.
Let me see if I can find it. There were only 1,000 made.
I want the freaking Mountain Dew because I like
too.
green. It's the best color of green.
That opaque green looks awesome, and it glows. Yeah. It glows. If you saw that, how VG Collectaholics is set up.
Yeah, yeah.
Where is that?
All right.
I'm looking through my Xbox.
We're getting this figured out.
Collectors of oh, there it is. So I'm gonna present my.
You would keep all the Dukes? I don't need to
I
keep all the
would.
Dukes.
I mean, if
I only really want a Duke because it's the original.
Yeah, if you really don't want to use it, then I would just keep it.
I don't use it. I don't physically use it. It's too big for me.
Here we go. So this.
I'm not a monster.
Am I presenting myself too?
Yeah, I'm seeing. I know. I've seen your screen.
Present.
Your screen
okay.
sharing. There you are.
So this.
Oh.
It's got a name etched in here, and it's got the number etched in. It's the 2nd anniversary console. I don't know.
Oh.
I'm not
Limited
sure.
Edition. Yeah, this looks like employees to me, but
Limited edition 2004. I don't know if it's Japan only. It might be Japan only on top of that,
cool.
but it's like
chances are good that it is.
Yeah.
Can you zoom in on that manual?
Oh yeah, that is.
Yeah.
Let me get to a different picture here.
All right.
Xbox DVD. Yeah, there's Japanese, or there is characters that I don't know. So, I mean, not assume that it is Japanese. But yeah, it's. I like that one quite a bit.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I thought you were going to show the blue one, which is also cool.
Yeah, the Kasumi one.
I must see them. Keeping one of each color and a Duke. If I have extra blacks left over after I sell off consoles, that's fine, because I wouldn't mind having more blacks for when people come over. But I don't really need display controllers.
Oh, Play Asia has that one, but it's out of stock. Here it is.
Whoops, sorry.
No, you're fine. But yeah, it's the Kasumi edition, Dead or Alive Ultimate.
I like green better. It's cool because it's so unique. But I still like green better. Because it's Xbox, right?
Is this a pillowcase?
That was going to be my question.
Don't know. Looks too long.
It could be a
body pillowcase.
It is a Kasumi pillow.
A Kasumi body pillow. That is appropriate. At least in the context of that. It fits.
That's too funny.
Anyway, hey Troy.
It'll go great with the mouse
Hello.
pad. Hi, Troy.
Troy's still muted. I think that's intentional. He's eating? Yeah.
Yep.
Good. He's eating. That's fine.
Fair enough. But yeah.
I didn't want to just say nothing. Sorry to stop your Xbox talk.
I know you're excited by it.
Yes, the irony of being the third wheel to the pre-Valentine's Day hangout.
So how good is Cynthia at skee ball?
I actually didn't even pay attention, to be honest. I think she's better than me, though. Which isn't saying much, I guess. It's what she wanted to play the most, but then there was a lot of people there. They said it's their busiest thing there.
Do they actually do ticket redemption on it, or is it just a high score kind of thing?
No, so the whole place is pay $5 and play unlimited.
Oh, that's great. Okay.
So there was no tickets coming out of it or anything like that. It was just play unlimited on whatever. So really, you'd probably just go for a score, right? So you can get the highest score.
Sure.
Because it's a barcade, right? Most of them, I guess, do like a cover price.
They're just trying to keep people from throwing the skee balls at each other, right?
I can't believe how many kids there were there. It was a lot. Like I would say a third of the people in the building were kids. Which when I went to the barcade for Miles' birthday, there was no children there at all. I have to remember to take prices off things before I try and sell things.
He asked if that was Tilt. Did you go to Tilt?
No, it's a new one in the town that I live in. What the heck is it called? Had a weird name. I can't remember. No, it's not. It's not in Toronto, which I think Tilt is. This one was in the town I live in, Waterloo. I can't remember the name now. So, like, Josh would be the only person who would be able to go there. Creep lead Josh, not frantic Josh. Now we have two Joshes.
We do.
Cardboard boxes suck. I don't want them to break, to be bent. You know?
Tell that to Nintendo.
Yeah.
Are you shipping that?
No, I'm just trying to pack it away to get out of the way so I can test stuff later. Fun game.
Is it?
Yes, it is.
I've not heard of that.
I was exhausted playing it. I looked it up on Price Charting one day when I was in the store, and it looked like it was like $20 game. Picked it up. The next day, it dropped down to like a $10 game. I'm like, oh, all right.
Oh, people actually care now. Never mind.
Yeah, exactly. So I played it anyway, and it was pretty fun. Like I was exhausted. It was like a Wii bowling or Wii boxing workout. I guess Wii boxing more so.
Was that Destroy All Humans on PS3?
Yes.
No. Oh, there.
Yeah.
Are you selling it?
Yep.
I want it.
Yeah, I don't see that pop up much.
No, I saw it in the store. I think it was worth
series.
20. I think I used store credit to get it.
Yeah. Not so much expensive as uncommon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hook a brother up, man. We'll do a deal.
All right. I'll put it in my pre-sold bin. Here, I'll give you another quick flash of everything else I got here. In case there's anything else you see. I can't. It's all shadowy.
I can see it.
I'm sure you don't care about most of them, but I can just keep talking too, but
Sure.
what do we got? I don't know.
What
if
are
there's
all
anything
those
else
loose discs there?
They're all crappy Xbox games.
Burn
Xbox. I
Zoid's
just picked
assault
one
with
today.
fire.
Ooh, Gravity
Just
Rush.
burn it.
I don't have a Vita, so don't.
Yeah. That's it. There's a bunch of other crap, but this is all crap. Either way, it's all going to be at Barry. That's PC games. What else?
Are there
It's
any
more
other
PC
Vita games there for future reference?
I don't believe so. I think those are the only ones I have still.
I mean, that's more Vita than you usually see, so.
Yeah, exactly. I got them all in a bundle.
I don't think like all thrifting I've ever seen more than like maybe a couple of Vita games, and they're usually sports ones, and that's it.
Yeah, those are all pretty decent ones. I have a hard time finding any Vita games I actually want to keep.
What were those box Game Gear games? Josh, maybe
Battleship, and Tailspin. He's seen that I picked them up, and he never said anything about them. I don't think he wants boxed.
Oh, I bought him a couple of box ones from thrift shop, a couple of sports ones, but they're boxed and they're mint. Yeah. So I was like, "Here you go, man. I'll buy those for you." But I was just curious.
Yeah, he definitely commented on the picture when I picked them up.
Yeah.
All right.
I gotta stop talking so I can eat.
Also, just putting it out there.
Represent for this.
I think it's probably better to stick with usernames when the people have the same name.
Good point. Yes. I'm just used to saying Josh now. But yeah, Creepleet.
Yeah. Hey, Ryan.
What's up?
All right. Speaking of which, Canadian Retro, I'd like to try and use your resurfacing machine someday. I have a whole box of discs to try and resurface. If I need to buy you pads or liquid or something like that, just let me know.
Just make a trade for the games, man.
Try and do it sometime. Yeah.
I'll get you that. Mod me an Xbox or something.
There you go. Well, I'll be bringing a whole bunch of modded ones to Barry, assuming I find time. All right, I'm going to go.
Yeah, Xboxes are Derek's Bitcoin. That's just what he uses for currency.
Maybe soon. If all goes well.
You should do a pyramid of them and take a picture. Like a 3D pyramid, not
how about a big X? A 3D pyramid.
How you can pull that up. 3D pyramid.
Like Minecraft building?
Yeah, like you'd have to do 9, 6. Would you have enough? 9, 6, 4. You
6
would be
10,
needing
19. I have enough.
You have 19, so you'd need a couple more.
All right. I have to bail. My battery's dying, and I need to finish cleaning up this crap before I go to bed.
Okay.
All right. You draw out the blueprint, and I'll build it.
Recreate famous art with Xboxes.
Yes. All right. See you later, guys.
All right.
Thus ends the early 2000s Microsoft-sponsored segment of the Hangout.
Hey, The Rock is here. Huh.
I like it. It's something I can actually talk about to my most full.
Ryan, how are you?
I'm good.
Do you have a pile of Xboxes that we could talk about?
I have one thing. I don't know if we're doing pickups right now, are we?
Is it a pile of N64s that you want to talk about?
Nope.
I suppose we could do. I mean, we have 7 people watching. We usually don't get. We usually wait until like the top of this hour, and so at that point, we start to lose people. We may lose people on the pickups too.
Can I guess what you have? Is it a white 2nd anniversary Xbox made only in Japan? It's just a guess. Seems like a pretty common item. So. No? All right.
Well, now that we got that disappointment out of the way.
So, okay. I mean, if we are doing it, it's pretty early, but it might as well, right?
If you want to do pickups, okay, they're calling for it. At least one of them is.
Yeah, okay.
I'm going to go grab mine real quick.
Singular.
Sure. I'll wait till you get back in.
Okay.
No, it's fine. I just need to take my headset off.
I'm still removing the stickers from mine. I had to do something while the Xbox talk was happening.
You don't like Xbox anymore?
No, it's not that I don't like it. It's that I can't talk about a room full of freaking Xboxes on the floor. I have nothing to add to this conversation about duplicate Xboxes and controllers. And variants.
Hey, look. Clean plate Ranger.
Huzzah!
Were you licking the plate and I missed it?
No.
Oh.
You just have to finish it. You don't have to get disgusting with it.
Oh.
Too bad we needed a new GIF from this. And it cut away.
Just give some time. Just give some time. Give some time. Someone will do something.
Yep.
So this is the last time you'll probably be seeing this room. Because I am moving all my furniture out, which means the only thing I'll be coming back to this house for is to get stuff out of here.
I've been doing that myself. You might see a new setting next week.
Mm-hmm. You won't see it. You probably won't see me next week because I don't think I'll be getting any internet until probably the start of the month. I think that's probably the way it'll work. We'll see, though. Not sure how they'll go about doing it. Hopefully they'll be quick.
Shout out to video game stores that put the sticker on the insert.
Yay!
I have been doing this on the same game for 15 minutes.
What's
I'm halfway done. Just removing the sticker from a game.
Ugh. I would. Sometimes I can't even be bother with it if it's on the artwork, man. It's too hard. I guess it depends on the sticker.
Does the hairdryer thing work in those instances?
Not when you're in front of a camera on the Hangout.
Fair enough.
We don't want like some white noise while you're trying to talk over top of it. That could be way worse than that. That's like a mild breeze. What game did they destroy?
I'll show you as soon as I have this stupid sticker off.
I'm sure we can tell what it is with the sticker on it. So
I mean, you can. It's just I have. I've gotten this far. I'm finishing it.
Oh, point of no return. Got it.
Yep. Someone else do something.
All right. Little Musty's still not back, or what are we doing with Musty here? There he is.
Musty, we need your guidance. It's dead air.
What's up? What's happening?
I don't know. Nothing. That's why we needed you back.
Okay. Well,
I won't start hangouts with one person missing.
Okay. I'm back. Who wants to go first?
Not me. I'm still returning the insert into my pickup.
All right, I'll just go.
Okay.
Not that it's that exciting.
I gotcha.
It just took.
So I only have one thing for this week, and Busty, you know of the Carney. He had a Carney sale going on this weekend. Oh, Eric's here. Hi, Eric. So, anyways, yeah, he was having a sale mostly for complete, or not, almost near complete, complete N64 collection, where the guys had the boxes and the manuals. But that's not what I was there for. I was just seeing if he had anything else in the store because everything was 20% off on sale. And right before I left, I stumbled upon one of these. So if you're not aware of what this is, it is the Retro AVS by Retro USB. You can see the AVS right there. So what this is, it is essentially a HDMI NES that produces no lag whatsoever. You can also play Famicom too. There's a Famicom port, so an NES port. So essentially, this is what I've wanted to do for a long time: is you buy one of these, and then you have your EverDrive, and you put it in here, and you have essentially everything you ever want with an NES, an HDMI NES. It's got your 4 controller ports, your buttons right there. And so far, everything I've shot at this thing, it works amazingly. It's great on my HD TV, and like I said, no lag. I've put it through a lot of tests. I put it through Mike Tyson's Punch Out, Turtles 2, Mega Man, the Mario games. Everything that I can think of requires like timing. I have noticed no lag and no affected gameplay. I guess it also supports a Famicom disk drive. I guess I don't know. I don't have one of those, but yeah. So if you have one of those, I don't know. But I almost bought this at Portland, and I didn't. And then I'm glad I kind of held off because I got a pretty nice price at this sale. So,
what does that regularly go for?
They sell right now on Retro USP's website at $185, and I got it at I got it at $120.
Nice.
I know.
That's
so
good.
Yeah. So I think there were some at Portland at $175. I want to say, at Portland Retro Gaming Expo.
What do you think about the quality of the build on it?
It's pretty legit. Yeah. It does kind of even feel like the shell kind of feels like an NES. So it's.
Does it seem a little light or anything like that? Or?
Well, it probably feels about the same amount of weight as regular NES, but okay. But like I said, like everything I've thrown at it, it's been great. I know I did there was a firmware update, and it's pretty simple because how to do it. All you do is just go to their website, download the firmware. Because originally when I started playing it, I thought the coloring was a little weird. And I thought maybe it's just my TV. But turns out like with the first or second update, they added a color palette swap. So they gave you like 7 different choices. And I went with one that I think Retro, or what do you call those? My Life in Gaming suggested. They said that was made by some modder or some color palette which is supposed to be as close as possible to the original NES like color designs. And it looks, I don't know, it, like I said, after doing that, the firmware update, I think it's fantastic. So the only thing I think I couldn't say I noticed, and I think My Life in Gaming talked about it, and I think it's probably another update patch probably down the road, is when you're playing some games, let's just say like I was playing Adventure Island, so when I was doing, when you ever get the skateboard upgrade, screen goes a little fast, and you get a little bit like a little blurry action in the background, not so much your character, but like the background's going by a little blurry. And I guess that happens to the analog NT as well. And I guess there's something like there could be an update for that. Like I said, it's not a deal breaker. It's just something that stands out. So other than that, like I said, it plays fine. But I love it. I can't be happy. I've been playing it every day. So
that's awesome.
That's it.
Nice. Steal of a deal.
Okay, I'll do my 2 quick ones. Or
here you are. Oh,
I'll do it this time.
Told it to stop. Okay. I told it to stop presenting wrong.
So start with the jazz hands there, but my only non-gaming pickup was the Last Jedi soundtrack because I realized I forgot to buy that. So that was the thing. And the game I've been removing the sticker from for the past 20 minutes is Sonic Colors. Yeah. Not super exciting, but I just never ended up picking it up, so I finally got it.
And were you successful?
What?
In removing the sticker?
Yes.
Did you get it? You got the sticker off? Okay.
Like perfectly.
Almost perfectly.
You might as well put it back.
There's a little residue, but that can be cleaned off carefully. Yeah. I now have something other than the DS version to go with my hat.
Nice.
I feel like your life is becoming complete.
I was the crazy person that pre-ordered and got the hat with the DS version of Colors because I didn't have a Wii. Yeah.
And now pretty much you can walk around the planet, trip and fall, and end up like landing on 5 of them at the same time.
Oh, more than likely, for much cheaper than I spent. I didn't overpay, but I didn't really underpay either.
Mm-hmm. It's funny at the thrift shops. It's just crazy what they're putting on consoles these days. Like the ones I go to, oh my god! And they get like Wii systems in, and they're putting like $100 on them. Like,
yeah. I saw I think it was an Atari 3 or 400, whatever it was.
Mm-hmm.
In the box was kind of mangled, but inside the styrofoam and everything was immaculate. $500.
That's crazy. Saw a
insanity.
Commodore 128, and I was like, "Oh, this is awesome!" And I looked at the price tag on it, $250. No, sorry, that's not happening.
Nope.
Like, you have not even tested it. You have not even cleaned it. It was in the box, but like the box is a little bit mangled. I'm just like, forget about it. Like, that's ridiculous. You're a thrift shop.
Yeah.
So it can sit there, value pillage. Let it sit there.
That wasn't even a Value Village. That was a local Bible thrift store with the Atari.
Did you tell them after that you lost your faith in God?
No.
Oh, I would have. Just to rattle their feathers a little bit. I'm just a prick like that.
Yep.
I can do mine. This might take a minute or two. Thank you. If you watched last week's Second Breakfast, you already know one of these things. It is this snazzy faux leather Atari binder.
That was an awesome video.
Thank you. I enjoyed it. So I have this came with 8 games in it. So I got this for $20 from somebody that I work with who does the flea market circuit. And so she posted it. I was like, I will take it. It had 8 games, but now it's got the 7 games from the video. I'm still going to figure out what to put there. But so far, Hero sounds like it's in the lead. I have a couple votes for Pitfall, but some are saying Pitfall 2, some are saying Pitfall 1.
Custard's Revenge.
Childhood game.
Beat him and eat him.
I'm not paying for those. Not paying for those. Oh. But so in the process of seeing that, I looked through the other things that she was listing, and I was like, well, give me that too. Bring it to work, and we'll make this happen. And so for an additional $20, I got 7
nice.
M64 games.
Nice.
And the thing that she told me was that one of them, or no, it was a listing for 6. And then she says, you know what? I have one other that I can't read the label on. So it's yours. So I was like, she's like, I'll just throw that in. I was like, what could it be? What could it be? Does she have Sculptor's Cut? Like, that would be insane. It wasn't. It wasn't. But yeah. So here I'll go through. Yeah, like Worms or something. Madden 01. Madden 64. Gets better, I promise.
Oh, good.
Maybe, I don't know. Mission Impossible. It's a bad label, but World Tour.
That's fine. That's a great game.
WWF Attitude.
Waiting for the better.
Yeah, where's the better?
Tetrasphere.
That's not bad. Tetrasphere is not bad.
Yeah, and then the bad label looks like this, but it is
Gretzky Hockey
Wayne
3D.
Gretzky
Fantastic
3D
game.
Hockey. So that
game's fantastic. Underrated game for that console. That's a fantastic game.
I think these two make up for it, but I think $20 in general was good. Yeah, I don't know. In the wake of purging some things, I was like, why not get N64? So I then went to Facebook, to that Facebook group that I'm a part of, and there was somebody who had 3 N64 games. What order do I want to do these in? There we go. The first of which is Lego Racers.
Good game. That's a good one.
The second one is Bust a Move Arcade Edition.
That's a good one too.
And the third is Body Harvest.
Body Harvest. Some people like that one. I'm not too high on that one.
I think I got that one more out of the whole former Rockstar or like eventual Rockstar.
Mm-hmm. I was really into that game at the time, but I think it doesn't really age all that well. I'm still kind of fascinated by it a little. I'm probably the only one that mentions it most of the time.
I hear people talk about it a lot more now these days. So I'm just not the biggest fan of it.
Yeah, it's a bit slow and weird.
So let's see. I have. What should I do first? I'll do this one first, and then I caved, and I got this. I got the McCree.
It's starting.
It's starting, but it was a one of those Amazon throw-in items, right? The impulse buys. It was $7 with an Amazon purchase, so I picked it up. I was like, why not? I might as well. And the thing that I picked up from Amazon is in this box.
Uh-oh.
Unboxing.
So I can
cover address.
Oh yeah. Hold on. Thank you.
Turn
for
the other way.
Advice. No, there's no. The address.
Hey, you're moving anyways. Who cares?
That's also
the next
true.
person's problem.
It was a preemptive warning, just in case.
No, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, I am also. So yeah, part of me doesn't want to open this because I'm moving, but I'm gonna do it anyways for you guys. So here you go, just so you can.
And hopefully it's the right thing.
Wouldn't that be funny? No, it is the.
It's like a box of lingerie. Like, okay, Dusty.
It would be appropriate given the title of this episode.
Heavy box of lingerie, if that's the case. Okay. So on Amazon, this was steeply discounted and has been for a while. So I figured this collector's edition initially went for $200. So when I saw it for $36, I figured why not pick up the Mirror's Edge Catalyst collector's edition. So a friend, Church, the game grinder, you guys may have heard his name. He did an unboxing of this because he did exactly the same thing. So it's got a statue. It's got all kinds of... Here, I'll show the picture of what's in it, but I'm not going to open it because I'm moving. So there's a statue and a big art book and steel book. There's a lithograph and some concept art and stuff like that that comes with it. Now, the funny thing is, There's no game in this. However,
That is
They
weird.
pulled a Halo 5, didn't
however, the listing also threw the game in. So
they?
for $36, and this is still out there. So if you are at all
So it comes with. So is there a game in that box too, or
Comes
is it
with
just
an-
the statue?
it comes with there's an empty steelbook.
Okay, I see.
So they pulled a full-on Halo 5.
Yeah. So there's an empty steelbook and this box and the statue, which the statue's really well done from what Church had said. But yeah, I really like the first game. I like the main character. I figured I could use a little more just kind of good shelf material. Even if the game's not wonderful, but it's still, if it's a 7, I'm happy. And I think it was at least good enough. And then I have one more thing, and this is kind of the payoff to the purge that I had done, and I was sweating big time because last week I got word from my buddy who is acquaintances with the guy who lent me the DSLR that I've been using since like November, right? So the time that my videos took a quality bump, that's been on a loaned camera. And I got word last week, they're like, he needs the camera back. He's getting shifted to a project in Europe, and so he wants the camera because he's going to be in Europe. And I'm like, well,
Man,
great.
you just straight up Homer Simpsoned it, basically. You know, borrowing from Ned Flanders and not returning. He's got a property of his name on it. Just, I'm going to need it for my move.
When I heard that, I immediately went onto the Facebook Marketplace, and I was like, okay, find me a Canon DSLR. And I was looking through, and I saw one. It was a good price for a Rebel T3i. And I looked down at the name of the person listing it, and he had the same last name as someone I work with. In fact, one of my very good friends, the guy who helped me install my laminate floors on the top floor. So good friend. And so I then messaged him. I'm like, is this your dad's name? And does he have a camera for sale on Facebook? And he said, yeah, it is. And I'm like, can he cut me a deal? And so then we started having the conversation. Ended up, the price was really good, but I ended up getting the Rebel T3i with this nice bag. But it's it's DSLR with it's legit. Comes with the lens and everything. The thing that I like about the i models is the flip out screen, which you can then, if you're doing vlog stuff, you can be able to see how you're framing yourself. So
yeah, that's what mine's missing. And it kind of bums me out because I got the EOS.
You got to set it.
The Rebel EOS.
Yeah, so the ones that have an eye are the ones that have the flip out screen. So, but yeah, I'm relieved. So this basically all the purge money I had went into finally acquiring my own camera. So now I don't have to feel nervous about busting up my the one that was borrowed. So
was the one you had? Was it a T3i?
It was a T5i. So
okay.
Marginally, there's a few feature differences, but I mean, this is.
I'm sure it won't make any difference. You probably can't even tell the difference.
The
you
lens
have to be like
is
a real anal video camera or a anal camera dude to actually know the difference.
Yeah, there's some stuff I was watching that was, there are people who, are saying now that the T3i, functionally is the same as the T6, which is good as far as from a video standpoint. I think that's what they were saying. So there's some people who are like, if you're looking for a starter camera, you don't need something that's like a $1,000 camera. This is a great option. I was like, okay,
yeah,
we'll do that.
All right.
So, yeah. So Yay, new camera. You guys can. I'll probably bring it along when I go to Midwest and that, so that we have something to film with. I don't have Joe money. This was a $300 camera. Yeah. So that is everything for me. I'm going to put this Mirror's Edge back in the box, though, so that it can be transported more easily.
And you just ruined what Joe would have done. He keeps that, sealed, right? His Transformers.
The shipping
And
box.
by sealed, you mean the Amazon box.
Yeah, that's super sealed.
No. So the Amazon box is upstairs. This box actually says
Oh.
Ooh. It's even numbered. See? It's numbered. 412 of 864. This is amazing. But no. That's why there's no address on this, because this was inside another box. But yeah, huge collector's edition.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, Mars
I
is
will
looking me
show
up
what
on
I
Google
got.
Maps.
I'll show what I got, but it's not nearly as impressive as a camera or that thing. Although it's pretty cool.
Ooh.
So to start with, 2 games, both GameCube. One's Pokemon Colosseum. Ooh. I think the one that I have doesn't have a manual, so this will probably be an upgrade. I have to rekindle myself with my collection that's been in storage for a while. And then I also got a copy of Mario Kart Double Dash. So both recoupers, but really nice shape, just need to be cleaned up. Got some little kid fingerprints on it, but other than that, it's pretty good. And that's it.
Yay.
I have a feeling my copy of Pokemon Colosseum is going to be harder to unload than it should be. It's a good copy, just the game maybe not so much.
Still goes for a decent amount.
Yeah.
Just because it's Pokemon. Gotta have them all.
Got to buy them out. Pokemon.
Put this back in the box. But yeah, like, it's crazy how some collector's editions, like, some of them, it's a real gamble. Like the Wolfenstein 2 one is, like, right now that collector's edition is like $60 on the secondary market. And that's the one with like the action figure and all of that. But then there are other ones, like you look at what the Demon Souls collector's edition is, like, impossible to find at a good price. Total gamble. Sometimes it pays off.
Yeah. More or less rare than the Max Payne 3 statue.
Max Payne. I don't know.
That joke may only apply to people that watch the Lazy Game Room thrifting videos. There's just rows of Max Payne 3 statues at the Goodwills he was going to. And like just the statues, outside of everything else. Synchronized sigh.
No, it's good. Who's getting? Was Bayonetta's this week and Secret of Mana remake is this week?
Suddenly, there are actually games coming out. What is this?
Mana? I think Wonder Boy physical edition official release is tomorrow.
I saw 2 people who had pictures.
Or today, or something like that. Yeah, it's probably today.
Today, yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's what probably is. But I don't think it's in stores. I only really seen it on Amazon, for the physical release. I'm debating Bayonetta this week, but I could also always hold off. I'm not dying to get it because I have the Wii U version. that might be something I just hold off for now, even though I will probably buy it. I just like to support it. I mean, because I really do enjoy Bayonetta 2 a lot, and Platinum. But
I wish the first one was on the cart.
Yeah,
like
only in Japan they're getting that. You know, classic Japan.
That's just because they don't want to use internet connection over it, or like.
I don't know, but that's only if you buy the.
Why do they get all the fun toys?
It's only the Climax edition or something like that. Because even the Euro edition for the Climax edition, that's only getting a digital version of Bayonetta 1. Japan's the only one that gets a physical copy for both. Now it's playable, but from my understanding, I think there's only Japanese text in that physical release version for the Switch.
Interesting.
It's not confirmed by me, it's just from my understanding. Without from what I read, so.
I'm just debating on that Secret of Mana one because the GameStop employee was. I think he's picked up on it because the fact that I basically hit every single section of the store when I come in. So he's like, GameStop exclusive. I'm like, fine, I'll put $5 on it. But like, part of me doesn't know that I don't know that I care enough. I haven't seen a review yet. I would hope I would see a review before Friday, but
does it come out on Friday too, or
Thursday or Friday? It may be Thursday. Like I got a text message saying it would be available Thursday, which doesn't sound right. Usually, game releases are Fridays or Tuesdays, but so I don't know. I mean, I could go in there and be like, "Do you still have a copy of Wonder Boy?" and $5 over to that.
The only thing is, what's the next big game, I guess, coming out?
God of War.
Is that
No, Sea of Thieves. But
I said the next big game.
A lot of us are. It is a big game. Be nice.
Maybe I should rephrase it. The next real game.
Wow. Just because you're not there doesn't mean it's not real. You'll be missing out. You'll be missing out on all the fun as we're plundering the 7 seas.
Sure.
But
that's the only thing that makes me look at like Bayonetta though, because I look at them like, well, when is God of War? Is that April?
April, yep. The same day as Labo.
Is that 420?
420.
Heyo. Light it up.
Okay. Let's not claw me in the neck, please. That's better. But yeah. I mean, I could always shift that stuff around as it doesn't. If anything, it gets them an extra copy in the store, even if I don't take it. So, you stuck.
It forces them to buy it.
Right. It means that they then have to have a copy for me, and then I can make my decision at that point. I don't know. I'm conflicted.
Made really by Lake Square, or is it just some other company making it for Square, or
talking about Secret of Mana now?
Yeah.
What platforms is that on again? Just PS4 for now?
PS4 only, and the physical edition is only this GameStop exclusive.
in store?
Yeah, I might pick that out later if it's really good.
Well, Courtney, I think it's sold out online right now. if it makes you entices you to want to buy it, because I'm looking at GameStop's website at the moment.
How
and
much
it's
is it?
not. It's $40 American.
So 50 Canadian. No.
Yeah.
Not right away. I still need to beat the original one.
This thing, I haven't played the original one, so I don't like. And that is on. So the one thing is that's on the SNES Classic, and the only thing that won't do for me is 3-player. When am I ever gonna play Secret of Mana 3-player?
When are you ever going to play Steel Battalion 2-player?
That's why I got rid of the second controller.
Oh yeah, I forgot you did that. Still though. That was the thing you did.
That was exactly the question that then inspired me to let go of it.
Yeah.
And that paid for like half my Switch. So it was worth it. But yeah, like, oh, did you all see that the Connect adapter cable thing didn't pan out?
Whoa, so what, they refunded you or what?
Yeah. I was a little irked about it. I normally don't tweet to companies in public like that. Uh-oh.
Wow. Back to mute.
I normally don't tweet to companies in public, but the way that went down kind of stunk. Because I had been so I didn't hear anything after. Sorry, bought that on the 1st. That was the point when my money went into their hands. So 4 or 5 days later, I still hadn't heard anything. So I messaged their customer care, and they said, "Oh, we're expecting in between the 8th and the 13th, and then you'll get confirmation and everything, and it'll ship from there." So I was like, "Okay, between the 8th and the 13th." And then a couple days passed. It was the 10th. I was like, "Still haven't heard anything. What's the word?" And they're like, "Yep, we're expecting it, by the 13th." Today, the 13th rolls around, and I get that notice that it's been canceled and that I'm getting my refund, which is fine. But it's like, why were you telling me this time? A, why were you sitting on my money on a product that you did not have? I think that's the part that I think bugged me the most is you had a listing, and this wasn't you put up money for the opportunity to. It was you're buying it and then it's sold out. So it was a little, I don't know, I was a little peeved about it. So eBay was nice enough to reach out to me and say, "Hey, let's make sure this all goes right for you." And to which I said yes. In fact, the refund already dropped into my PayPal, so I got the refund back immediately. But it stinks that it sat in their account for 2 weeks, and not my account for 2 weeks. I don't know. It's just like I felt like I had it, right? I had that item that I am not going to ever see for $40, which is really unfortunate. Maybe we'll wait. If we wait maybe another 10 years, I'll find one. It'll do the same kind of dip that everything else does. Until people start waxing nostalgic for that Connect. But yeah. No, I was peeved, but I tried to, I ended up replying again to Best Buy because I was like, I don't think this is right. Like I messaged them because I was hoping they'd be like, "Sorry for the inconvenience. Here's your money back, and here's something else." All I got was canned responses. It was, yeah, it didn't pan out. So, oh well. So Eric, it just means that if I find a Connect adapter, it's mine first.
Yeah, well, that's understandable. I missed the whole story, unfortunately. You ordered it through Best Buy and they couldn't deliver?
So I ordered it through their eBay supplier.
Yeah.
The one that was listed on the Cheap Ass and Wario 64. So I saw it, got on it right away. So I had to have been early on the list, assuming that they went in chronological order. I don't know if they got the there's no indication that they got some and fulfilled those first, or if they just didn't get any. I didn't see anyone on the old post confirm that they got theirs. So I don't know what happened.
And they're
More likely they didn't get any.
That's what I have to assume, is that they didn't get any, because I just don't understand how you could list something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, they were clearly expecting it. It just did not arrive.
Yeah. And then I got a vote of confidence from their customer care department on more than one occasion. And so and so then when that came in, it was just like, Patrick Swayze.
So I missed, so you were helped by their customer service?
I messaged them through eBay on more than one occasion to make sure that things were still progressing. And in both occasions, they assured me that
I see.
they're expecting their inventory by the 13th.
You didn't call them out on Twitter? Or did you?
I did then, but eBay responded to me, not Best Buy. eBay was like, let's make sure that you get handled right. We don't want you to be unhappy about this whole thing. I was like, so to which I was like, no, it's fine. I'm not mad. This is not eBay at all. I don't like what Best Buy did here.
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah. So,
okay.
And I already got my refund, so it is what it is, but it just, if that had happened, so like, example, my checking account does interest on the first of the month, right? If that had straddled a month, I would have lost interest on that money. That's where I would have been frustrated, more frustrated. So, whatever. If they post it again, I probably will still jump at it, but it's just, or maybe I should just not do it out of defiance, but whatever. It's fine. I got bigger fish to fry for the next month, so. Because we're listing the house. It's happening. All this. It's got to go away.
So when you're looking for a house, do you need your green screen room, or?
I mean, if I can find, I would like a room where I could have, I'm not going to do like major soundproofing, but something that I could record in, like podcasting type stuff, or VO. Like, I don't want to be like, what's his name? Matt Pat, the game theory guy, sitting in a closet with a bunch of coats, using that as soundproofing. Like, I don't want that. I just want somewhere that has good acoustics. That's not a deal breaker. I can make any room do that. It's just how much I have to put in to make it do that. Like, welcome to the guy.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say, welcome to my recording studio, right? Like, all I do is put up a pane of glass, and then the other side of there could be the soundproof area. There's ways that I could do it.
I saw a video where a guy was talking about the way he did videos, and his recording area was his bathroom because it had the best acoustics.
Yeah, you get a small room with just a little bit of echo that makes it sound. Yeah, it's weird how things like that work.
Yep.
But no,
I think we are officially qualified as not ideal.
Yeah. It's like, honey, are you done? Just a minute.
No.
There's a half hour left in the record. Hold it.
This house has two bathrooms.
Place down the street.
Yeah. But Yeah, so we're in the process of starting to look, but it also means I got to pack this stuff up so we can actually show this place. So I don't know, Troy, if you have any suggestions on things I should do.
Those bins that
I
you've
can
got
sure
on the
use
floor
them.
there, those black ones with the yellow lids.
These ones?
Use those. Yeah. And then I took the garage sale signs I had and I layered them as the layers between games. Or pieces of cardboard.
Okay.
And then keeps it nice and snug. Those things are great and they're super heavy duty.
Okay. Yeah, I got those from Costco. They're like $8. They're like $8 from Costco.
I think they're like 12 here at like Canadian Tire or something like that, but well worth it. They're pretty good.
Okay.
You can layer tons of stuff in them. If you do that technique, nothing's going to get crushed, I don't think. Or light stuff on the top, heavy stuff on the bottom.
Yeah, and that gets rid of scuffing problems of things just moving back and forth.
I think I had for 2,000 games, I had about 8 of those bins, and I had some other clear ones that my wife had bought me. I think I had 6 more, and that was pretty much the game part of the collection. Consoles and stuff I had in various boxes and whatever. But
for my modern stuff, so I'll probably just package those up in there, and then maybe I'll get one bin where those, at least the smaller ones, like the well, she said I don't have to put away the modern stuff, as long as it looks good. So I might move the Switch dock, or I may just pack up the Switch dock, just because the wires don't look great the way that I have it set up right now.
Yeah.
She said the goal is
I pretty much completely emptied my game room. I didn't want random people touching my stuff.
Yeah, so what she was saying to us is that from a realtor to customer experience, you want to have as few distractions as possible. And so every time the person sweeps the room, you want them to not necessarily have to stop.
Yeah.
Or go look at that shelf. Or
if you get a dude that comes in, they're just going to be mind blown the way mine was set up. You walk in and it's just 2 walls of massive amounts of video games, they pretty much freak out when they saw it.
Yeah.
I just didn't want their little brat kids coming in and putting Earthbound in their mouth and drooling all over it and putting chew marks in it. So
that's fair. That's totally fair.
Yeah.
But okay. Yeah, I'm starting to document. That's why these are up and pointing the way they're pointing. Because I've never taken I have all the videos, but I don't have pictures of the stuff in its current state. So it's going to be a process. I got the Atari ones done tonight, and the N64 ones, because those were smaller. Well, the N64 was small. The Atari, though, I've got more Atari than I expected. Ryan, how are you moving all your stuff over?
Still going at it, man. It's an attack, I guess. I have a lot of stuff. I'm not even I think I have the majority of my games there. I should take a picture of it and put it up just to show you how much I have boxed up already. Because it's kind of I don't know, a reality check or something like that, where you see it and you're like, that's a lot of crap, And then I'm finding, before I came on, I was trying to untangle as many cords as possible, because I just have rat's nests of controller cables and AV cables just completely stacked up. So every day I try to take a bunch of boxes from work and just fill it up and then make a delivery every day. But then I look around after I get done filling up the boxes and I'm like, I still got a lot more stuff. But Sunday is the goal, to be officially moved in and living there. So that's the big move day, is Sunday. So I get internet installed on Saturday. And then hopefully I can get all the big stuff knocked out on Sunday. So that's the goal. So
That's good.
and then it's just going to be probably a slow unboxing of everything because I want to get shelves made. I have a friend who's a carpenter who can, help with that. But I think he needs.
I know someone who did a really good tutorial on making shelves.
Really? Who's that?
His name was Paul.
Oh. Man, if only someone had a podcast.
Totally kidding. Don't do the milk crate thing.
No, I won't.
Do what Canadian retro.
Yeah, my God.
I honestly was debating to maybe copying vintage setup a little bit, which is just maybe having one console set up and then and then just swapping out the console as opposed to having, I guess like everyone, the thing most people do is they have everything hooked up to a TV. And after like taking that, and that's kind of what I had set up here. But after taking this whole thing apart, it's kind of like, maybe it's better just to do one console at a time and then have the consoles stacked up and then keep the cords all separate, in their own little section. And that way, when I want to play something, I'll put one back and I'll take the next one down. And that way, it keeps an easier mess, a little less of a mess, and then probably easier. Because one thing I would like to start getting into is maybe doing streams. I think it'd be easier just then to have what I need set aside to play. Say, okay, maybe I'm going to stream a Saturn game today. Okay, we'll get this and then plug this into my capture card, and everything's good to go. Where I can have, I'm just trying to think of what's the easiest layout to do something, as opposed to having a million switches. Right? What's up?
There's some more thought put into what you're going to play.
Yeah.
There's some you have to actually plan ahead. It's not. No, that is a good idea.
Sounds incredibly frustrating to me. But then again, I have 12 set up at once.
I had 10 consoles hooked up to one TV, and I was after taking this whole thing apart. I was just like, because I had two component switch boxes. So I'm like, which one is this one, which connects to this one, so I can get to these three consoles here. It's one of those things. And after doing that, I was like, it's probably best if I just have one switch box up at the top, so I can just maybe switch out the one cord or something like that. And just a couple things, basically. Maybe I have a VHS player that maybe I'll keep hooked up via to that, and then maybe just the console and the TV, and that way
otherwise known as a VCR.
What did I say?
VHS player.
But just what I'm thinking. But I'm just trying to think of what's probably the easiest setup for maybe stuff I want to do down the road. If I want to do streaming through my retro consoles, where I would have my retro station and keep it nice and easy, and then maybe on my other TV, keeping it where I could just have the modern stuff like that out, because it's got 4 HDMI ports where I can do PS4, Xbox One, and my Switch. That's all I really plan on keeping out right now. I'm probably gonna box up my Wii U. I haven't really played it too much in a while.
Unless you wanted to double as a Wii, it's not really going to get much play.
And I might keep. Well, I have another HD TV where I probably will hook up my hook up the 360 and the PS3 too, and keep something maybe the Wii U, go to that one too or something. That's something for me when I'm unpacking to decide how I want to set it up. But
yeah, but this the one console thing sounds really convenient until you want to just quickly pop something in. It's just then you're just going to end up playing what you have hooked up rather than playing what you wanted to play.
Well, the way I'm trying to lay it out is that the cables, I'm trying to how I picture it is I want it so it's an easy switch of the cables basically, where I can just unplug the cable and then plug the other one in, so I don't have to go behind the TV. That's why I'm thinking about keeping the switch box out up top and reachable, so I can just say, okay, plug this cable in, I'm good to go, you know, and keeping maybe something like we call it, like a surge protector, where I could just swap out my cables. What's that?
Yeah.
Keep it all within reach. So
I
could just do a quick switch. So
yeah. So this TV here, this one here has set up in it currently the original Xbox, a NES, and the Genesis Sega CD combo. Those are on a switch box, but then the S-Video input has a cable connected, and that cable has a Nintendo multi-out, a Dreamcast, and a PS1/2 input. So basically, I if I want one of those, I can just plug it right in, give it power, and it's good, and it'll go. But I don't need to keep it. I can keep the Dreamcast off to the side. I don't need to have it connected and, you know, ready to go at a moment's notice. I can get it set up within a minute if I really wanted it.
I just like the idea of
being test.
Clean.
That's your test, is to have somebody randomly give you a game and be like, how quick can you get this game started?
My goal is just I like the idea of it being a clean layout. That's after this whole not decluttering, but like trying to just basically the move. Basically, it's kind of one of those things. I'm like, what a disaster trying to rip all these cables apart. Just an absolute, you know, monstrosity. And I was trying to think to myself, because man, that would be sweet. You know, you see everyone's layouts like that who have, you know, 15 consoles hooked up to a TV, and you're like, wow, that's pretty cool. That's nice because you can just pop it in anything you want. But man, there's so many cables, and it's
once you have it hooked up, though, it's just
I know
it's hooked up. It's just that the console's not sitting there, which works. Like,
yeah. Because I'm looking, I'm like, how do I even try?
And you've got a bunch of consoles now that go through HDMI anyways, so you know,
that was honestly the idea. One of the ideas for this guy is, so like I have that N64 that's HDMI, and now I have this. So honestly, probably out of probably all the retro consoles I'll probably stream from is probably that or the HDMI N64 or this. And now I count with the capture card, these will work perfectly. The other ones I question how they will work, and I have to play around with the settings. Well, I know for a fact this is like already like future proofed, and I don't have to worry about it. You know.
I mean, the other option is to go with the Retron, right? Like, and just if you don't want that.
No. But I don't know. Like I said, like I had like what's called 10 going there for a while, and it was fun always try to find out which one was plugged in which switch box, and I don't know. I would need a major custom layout basically, where I would need to have the shelves laid out so I could do the 15 or not 15, the 10. Plus, I would need to have probably a custom switch box. So this is the only way I could ever conceive maybe doing one whole layout again, is if I have like a switch box that could support 10, which I've never seen online.
I know someone who can make one.
I do too.
Yeah, this is true.
Or you can just label the switches.
I don't know.
Well, there's also so Paul had that one that was like 8 inputs in that can go to like 3 different outputs, and you remember that thing he used to have?
The thing that was like from a TV station?
Yeah. So you'd have your 10 inputs, and then you could say, I want this one to show on TV A, this one to show on TV C, and you can just switch them around like really quickly by just punching buttons. So they make exactly, I think, what you're looking for. It's just a matter of finding. Do you want to have to actually? I mean, you'd have to wire it like you're wiring a
Yeah, I know.
you know, a TV studio,
Plus
and that's
and oh man, I should look at Amazon too. Just one of those like outlets that can support 12. Probably power sources. You know, I always kind of worry about that too. Where like after seeing like I had
like how hot
my
is this
last
stuff
setup.
running?
My last setup, I think I had 3 plugged in. Like I was like chaining them together, and like I was like, I don't know if this is exactly safe because I had one that was basically just for the Genesis that has because I have that Sega CD Genesis combo, so I have 2 of those guys,
Hmm.
because they take up space basically. So you just have to kind of look at stuff like that where I'm like, ugh, oh, I'll find something out how I want to do it eventually. But for maybe just setting up now, I'm just looking at maybe just a clean setup for now until maybe I can get something even better. I'm just looking at it trying to be clean at the moment. Now that'll switch probably within a month, but after just the move basically has inspired me to have like a clean layout. So
Yeah. Well, I mean, you'll know if it, is inconvenient for you within, within a matter of a week. I'm sure you'll have a feel for it.
I'm worried about I guess I kind of just want to have a safer. I don't like the idea of daisy chaining 3 surge protectors, if you will, or
Yeah,
No, I can't imagine that's too safe.
that gets scary, I think.
But at the same time, you don't have to have all your consoles plugged in with power at the same time.
Yeah.
Good. What's he showing us there?
I don't know.
Some sort of box or something.
I'm having a chat with Derek in the YouTube chat.
Here, I'll
What
present
is
it.
this here? Yeah.
This switcher, sorry to distract. This is a
No.
4 switch. It works well with Wii U and the Switch. He was saying his doesn't work well. This was like a $40 switcher. And I'm not sure what problems he's having, but this works. It's auto switching, auto switches for Wii U, auto switches for Switch. It seems to have HD, what's the thing? HDCP, the control protocol that allows it to turn on the TV and put it on the right input, that kind of stuff. It seems to pass that stuff through because it'll turn on the TV when the switch goes on. Anyway, this is for Derek. Sorry for the intrusion.
No, you're good.
I got
Just trying to
one.
keep it subtle.
I got like a $30 one from Monoprice that seems to have done the trick too. Because I had like probably 6 hooked up to one. 6 HDMI's hooked up to one TV. This is a trick.
Sorry, I'm in the chat.
I didn't leave. I'm just eating.
Goodness.
Yeah, I tried to keep my collection as, I guess, this is this selection, this is this, but then after a while it's one of those points where I was like, I have so much stuff and I can't just afford to give up space in these boxes or something like that, where I need to have every box filled to the max. So some games were getting thrown in other games boxes, and I figured I'll worry about that when my shelves are done, where I can start digging through and keep reorganizing my collection.
Did you put all your loose Game Boy Advance games in DS cases?
Nope.
In the DS game cases?
Nope. But they all portable games got put in a box basically. So the ones that were in DS cases also are with the loose ones. So and the Virtual Boy, and the Game Boy Color, and regular Game Boy. It does make you question, like, well, after this move, I have thought, like, maybe I should sell a couple things here or there, like, like the Virtual Boy and, like, the 9 games I have for it. I'm like, ugh, maybe I should finally get rid of this guy here. I like it as a shelf piece. It looks nice, you know. But I'm never really gonna play that.
I just want to say, Eric, you are entirely shirt right now. You are just all shirt.
And hands.
Yeah, all I see is like shirt and knuckles.
Yep, there you go.
Sorry, I forgot. Thank you.
Like going for the belt look.
What was it? Just this? Yeah. You don't want to see that. You don't want to see that.
Now you're like, you know what I got for pickups this week? 2 guns. Smith and Wesson.
I picked up a 6-pack.
Trying to decide what to do with all my Universal game cases because I feel like I'm moving away from those. So I've got like a how big is that? One of those 71 quart containers. They're like, you know, the ones that are like this wide.
Mm-hmm.
That's like full of them. Most of them still have like the inserts that I printed out, but it's just.
What do you mean you're going away from them? Are you moving to an alternative, or are you just going loose cart?
I think I'm just going loose cart. I think, but I don't know what the end game is yet. So it's like part of me doesn't want to ditch them, but now that I'm picking up 64, it's like maybe I go to that for these, because at least I don't have to modify the cases, and these don't display great as it is.
Yeah, I'm guessing Travis is talking about it too. Or, you know, I have a bunch for the NES too, and I might switch it up to them just going loose. I do like having them for NES too, because it does remind me of going to, you know, the mom and pop rental shop where I used to go and rent games from. I like reading the back, you know, and looking at the picture of the back in the front. Basically, it's nice, but it's also like a space issue too, you know. Where N64 is, I think it's perfect for it because there's only 296 games, not counting the variants, but you know, if you're collecting North American, and it's nice for, you know, you can read the end labels that way, you know, so it's nice for that. But NES, man, I'm already over 300 in that. I'm close to 400 for that. It's like, and I don't have all cases for that stuff. I got probably about 200 of them cased, and then like another 200 uncased. And I'm like, it'd be a lot of space when I do another 200. So it's something.
Ryan, you have 200 cased NES games?
Yeah.
In Universal game cases?
Yeah.
And did you do all those mods?
I started with the Clippers, and then I eventually got that Buzz.
Yeah, that's what I use. But it's still very time consuming. I mean,
yeah.
It takes.
I mean, I haven't done them in a long time. That's why I still have a few uncased, and I've been kind of lazy about it. So I just kind of been like shelving them for now and having a few still boxes loose. I haven't ordered more boxes in a while.
Okay.
So
well, there's some new ones. I guess I'll do a plug for them. Not that I get anything from it, but there's some new ones called classic game cases or something, CGCs, something like that. I can provide details if anybody wants. They have two, I guess, advantages right now. One, the cover project just like did the entire NES library in a format that fits these cases. If you look on their main page, it's like the main thread topic, or at least it was a couple weeks ago. And two, they have they already fit NES, so you don't have to modify them. So I guess three is they have a slot. They have a thing for the manual, which is really nice. So if you're starting from scratch, these classic game cases seem like the way to go, at least for NES. I've almost considered doing it myself, but I'm 100, maybe not even 100, maybe 80 in cased, and I don't want to go back.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to redo all my NES just for those cases. All right, that's it.
No. Or can you order them just plain? There's something that comes like
the CGC. Yeah, you can. You got to look. You have to look. Are you on their site? Did you find their site? Yeah, they want to sell you ones with the inserts, but if you look under, there is a site. Let me see if I can get it. Is it just classic game cases?
Blank cases. Okay, there is a blank case.
Yeah, you can order them blank. And I haven't done it yet because they were out of stock, but I'm actually thinking about getting some of their Game Boy cases because I'm running out of DS cases that have the Game Boy Advance line. And actually, these will hold Game Boy Color and original Game Boy too. Anyway, I haven't bought them. I don't. I've never used any of their products, but I'm looking at them as a potential for Game Boy at least. Okay.
If you have that link and can drop it in, maybe you did already.
I didn't. I don't know if
I can drop
in
it
the chat.
If you want to see it here?
Yeah,
I'll put it over here.
I mean, I've thought about bit boxes. Those just seem
yeah, I don't like those.
They're expensive, and they're just it's a weird kind of it's a different kind of
custom game cases, CGC. Yeah, they're a little the only problem with these is they're a little wider than universal game cases, so they actually did have to change all their artwork to fit them. The bit boxes seem like the old Disney VHS
that's
plastic.
They're
like they're hollow and the plastic is squished, and it doesn't.
I think I've ordered from this company before for their Game Boy cases because I don't have many Game.
Yeah, it's in the chat here. Yeah,
because I've ordered them for my Game Boy cases, and I do like them for that because I don't have many Game Boy games, so it was really nice just to get like the 10.
Mm-hmm. Have you guys heard of? Yeah, see, they don't have them in stock right now. Damn. I hope they get them again because I really wanted to order some. Have you guys heard anything more about limited runs, Sega CD, Saturn repros cases?
Not yet.
Okay.
Those will sell like crazy.
Yeah, I want to buy like 100 of them. Yeah, damn. They still don't have the Game Boy ones. I wonder if they're done. I wonder if they're not going to do them anymore.
Blank ones?
Yeah. Because I want to order again, I want to order like 100 of them. I don't want to order them with their artwork in them. They're too expensive.
Mm-hmm.
Shit.
You can get PSP ones.
Yeah.
The hell with that?
I ordered some PSP ones a few years ago on Amazon, and I really hated them. They were super crappy cheap. Like the plastic around the thing was really thin. They just were I didn't like them. You could tell they were not even near original quality. Yeah.
Where'd you find hold on. Where'd you find the blank ones on here?
So if you go to store
and scroll all the way to the bottom right corner.
Yeah, bottom right corner says blank cases. The problem is that they only list the ones they have in stock, which are PlayStation Portable, NES, SNES, Super Famicom, and N64.
Gotcha.
Are you finding it?
Yeah.
Okay. Good.
Yeah, so these are a little more expensive than the universal ones, but there's no effort involved.
There's no effort, and they have clips for the manual.
Oh wow!
Which I like. For the universal game cases, I just stick the manual in there with the cartridge, and the universal game cases, the Super Nintendo and the N64, the manuals fit just barely, but when you close the lid, it kind of pushes on the edges, so you end up getting a slight curve in the manual over time, I've noticed.
And there's that one little spot that the notch that fits.
Yeah.
That ends up pushing down too.
You gotta watch it with the manuals and the universal game cases. So these are nice, but they are more expensive. Yeah, you're definitely right about that. I think they might be like twice as expensive.
Let's see, 100 of them is $188.
Yeah.
So it's $1.88.
And universal game cases I think are still under $1 a piece. And then you add the shipping, and that puts them up. I can tell you what the ones I ordered the last time what they cost me.
No, shipping to the States on 100 of them is $38 right now.
Yeah, is it okay?
Yeah, so that pushes you into the 200 without your printing efforts.
Okay. So the cases I bought last time were. This was on August. This is almost over 2 years ago now. August of 2015. The Universal game cases were $69. Plus, I bought 300 of them, $69, and the shipping was $44 for 3 boxes of these.
Did you ever pay the additional shipping?
I did.
Because I remember the first 2 times I ordered it, I always got like 10 broken ones.
Yeah, because the boxes were super flimsy. And according to my spreadsheet, it was $69 plus an additional $3 for the extra box.
Mm-hmm.
And then another $44.55. So for 300, I paid $260.55. So even then, that put it at 13 out of 15. So I don't know what that is.
You mean you
90,
don't have
90%?
a spreadsheet column for that?
No, I don't have the percent. I don't have the percentage.
Couldn't even devote one cell to that.
No, I should. I should just put it in right now. That is a good idea. A per unit price. Equals.
Yeah, I might do that, or I might just build when I build the shelf for it, I might just build it for the NES to be loose, and just have my 64 be 64 and Super Nintendo. I think because I only have about 20 Super Nintendo games, and those I'm like not looking forward to any more Super Nintendo games. I'm pretty happy with my Super Nintendo collection, so they can remain in those boxes too. Genesis, though, on the other hand, I always look to get boxes for like the Genesis boxes.
Yeah.
Like one shells gotta have them.
I mean, like if I see like Pat Riley basketball, because I know that's like a regular Genesis case. You know, if I ever see those for like 50 cents, I'm buying it just for the case alone, just to take out and take the sleeves out. And I will. My buddy who works, I have a friend who works at like FedEx Kinko's. He knows how to make the size for like to reduce the size in Photoshop down to fit perfectly from the project. What's it called? The cover project.
Cover project.
So I mean, I've only done it for a couple of games, but especially because I know one of them was like a cardboard case, like Sonic and Knuckles, where we did it that way. But I used one of the EA Sports games so it can fit. Because if you cut 2 trims, Sonic and Knuckles will fit fine in one of the EA cases.
Oh, is that right? I should do that.
Just make 2 snips and put the Universal Cover Project case in there.
Does it fit in Oh, it'll fit in an EA case. Those are a little wider, aren't they?
Yeah.
Because Genesis cases aren't that wide.
No.
As Universal game case.
Yeah, so if you buy that, there's like I said, that's like I said, you can fit in there. You have to make a cut to one of the corners. Like you just cut one corner in the other corner and it'll fit perfectly. You actually will lock in there too, so it doesn't slide around in the case.
Wow, I should do that.
I forgot who made a video for that one. That's where after I saw it, I was like, okay, I'll do that, because at the time there was a shop where Sega sports games are 50 cents in the bin. So I just bought me one of them cases, one of them games.
Yeah. I was going to ask, how'd you do it? You just bought an EA game to sacrifice?
Yeah, I think I bought like NHL 96 or something like that.
Super Nintendo's games, and I'd like buy like a bunch of 50-cent sports games and then use the backings that were like pristine.
Yeah, I've done that.
Like a good game.
Yeah, I've done that.
I got like one of my pickup videos. I totally did that. I just like went to the pawn shop and they had like a 2-for-1 thing because they're trying to get rid of all the sports ones. And I just picked out all the ones that had good backs on them.
Nice. Yeah, I did that at PRGE where it was a fill a bag for like $5. So he had a bunch of Super Scope 6 cartridges. So I grabbed a bunch of those just for the backs.
One thing I'm looking for, and I hope, because there was a guy last year in Midwest and I missed him, but my buddy Jim hit him up and he said he should have bought more. Some guy was just selling the innards for Genesis games, the cases. So he bought, and they were real too. He bought Captain America and the Avengers, which he didn't have a case for, and I think he bought another game sleeve too, where he's like, I should have went back and bought Cheeky Boys, because that game's pretty expensive if you have it complete too. And he said it was gone by the time, he said the guy just had a pile, and he said like as soon as like people realized what this guy had, they just kind of flocked and they started, buying all this, the inner box sleeves.
Oh wow, yeah.
So I'm hoping there's something like that, because there's a couple games I would like to actually, the sleeve up, if you will.
Yeah.
But yeah. Not a bad idea. I think I might get away from the universal game cases for the NES just because there's so many games.
I just think
You have to.
I feel like the universal game cases, like I feel like NES carts show well on their own.
Sure.
I think we've had this discussion before too, but it's just like people walk into a room. Not everyone had the rental experience type thing, so the plastic clamshells isn't there. Doesn't hit them with any kind of nostalgia. But you walk in and you see that gray and lines and rows of it. It's like that hits some people differently.
I will seek out the tons and tons of dust sleeves. I mean, I already have a bunch of them to begin with, you know. Granted, they do nothing really. No. Dust still gets them.
Those are great for placeholding, right? Like,
yeah.
You've got an entire row of NES games all laid out with the labels facing outward. You just grab the game you want. You don't have to worry about everything else going.
And you can also put the manuals in them too if you ever have them. Slide right into the dust sleeves with the games. Oh, bad idea.
I think one of those binders. They've got those binders that have them like the 3 sections. Those you just slide the manuals in there.
Or here's I don't mean to change the subject. Just because I don't mean to change the subject, but I think this is still kind of related to it a little bit, if you will, for NES. Are 2 of the 3 guys from NARC out of like buying NES games and they're selling their collections? I know Chris Roberts is like still like hunting all the manuals down right now for his.
I think Rip's letting go of his stuff on Instagram.
I thought I saw some posts like he's like I think selling his Flintstones and Stadium and NWC. I think he sold that. Yeah.
I don't know if he's moving the big stuff because
I think he said he was like done. He said he had his fun and now he's done or something.
So is he actually buying a Mustang with his sales proceeds?
He was asking which one he should get.
Yeah, he was talking about buying a classic Mustang. And I'm like, oh, is that what their money's going to?
Well, I'm sure that NWC can almost do it by itself, you know.
I mean, he's letting all the big guns go first.
Maybe you think it's that sign of the times where he sees the writing on the walls too? Like, cause then I think Scott from what's it called, Grimsey 42. I think he get out of it like a few months back, or he dropped like a bad
got out of it like right after he got his complete set. He's like, okay, got it, done, I'm out.
Yeah, there's a lot of people who just collect the set and then immediately sell it off. I think they just like to collect something.
Yeah, and that makes sense for him because I seen maybe I follow him on Instagram, but it looks like he's just buying like old Spider-Man comics now or Marvel comics to begin with. And it was like I just see him, he's just doing rows and rows and rows and rows of Spider-Man, and I'm like, man, like those are really expensive issues, and I'm just like, that guy just must love collecting and burning money because like
if it's pre-80s stuff, then yeah, that's yikes.
Yeah, he is.
I mean, I think his goal is to turn some kind of a profit on it, and that's probably we just don't have a long enough track record on him to see if this is something that he does all the time. But it's like, you know, if he gets his stuff in, because he buys in bulk, right? Or he did buy a lot in bulk and would liquidate the heavy, you know, like a heavy hitter or two to compensate for it. So at the end, if he's got a couple $100 in on it, on, you know, a near or fully complete set, like, why not turn that into, you know, 5 digits worth of money, like, and then turn that around into something like, maybe it is a sign of the times. Maybe I think that Pat and Ian were talking about high value of NES or like games and how it's kind of a thing that could discourage new collectors from getting into the hobby.
I think that's not taking into consideration the fact that there are like under $15 NES games that are absolutely phenomenal that you could play pretty much for the rest of your life. Even if you didn't have any other games in your collection, then you could probably find quite a few that you're not even, that are under $25.
Yeah,
that you could be getting, no problem whatsoever. So it just seems to me like that to say that people can't collect now is ridiculous. It's like if you want to collect the super high end things, sure. If you want to collect like medium priced things, that's not really a problem.
Here's a cheaper alternative right here, and it will work on your HDMI TV. You don't have to worry about having.
That is the antithesis of collection.
Right, an EverDrive. It's an EverDrive.
That is not a collection
game.
And he's like,
no, but I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Here is what's, this
what
the
NES
Mini, NES Mini right here. What's called? You get an EverDrive, and you get yourself one of these, and you don't have to worry about having a CRT. I'm like I said, I'm in it for the long haul. I've been doing this for 15 years now. I'm not stopping. I can wait. I can wait. I can wait for the price drop on the heavy hitters. I don't want to pay $200 for Mighty Final Fight if that's what it's going for still. Yeah.
One of the points that they were trying to make is that we're getting to the point where the high school age kids, right, they've grown up in an entirely, for the most part, an almost entirely digitally available world. Like they didn't have CDs. They've only ever gotten stuff off of iTunes or Napster or whatever. So their love affair with the physical media is necessarily a thing. So their desire to own the things, there will still be some who are, the hipsters, right? Or whatever the new era of hipsters are, who'd be like, oh yeah, I gotta have that on vinyl. They will still want to gravitate toward those things. But there will be those who have never had to, they just download everything. So what does it matter to them, and why do they want it? And so the point that he was making is, with all of that, was like, you could get that kid who's like, I saw a review on YouTube for Donkey Kong Country 3, and then I went to the store and it was $25. Are you kidding me? I can get it off of $8. I think that's what the point they're trying to make is that they may see they're playing it really safe. They're not saying one way or another whether they think that it's going to actually do it, but
you always get those people that do want to collect no matter what it is, and they want to touch the thing that's not going to change.
Yeah.
You're going to get kids that want to collect NES even though they have zero nostalgia for it. They weren't even remotely close to the time period that it was in, or whatever. But ultimately, if they're that case to say, oh, don't get into collecting, you can't afford it, it's too late. Like, the heyday's done or whatever. Pick up a copy of Mario 2, Mario 3, and the original Mario Brothers, and there you go. You've got yourself a good, entertaining time that costs less than going to a movie in my town. So, I guess you can weigh that out a little bit if you really wanted to, but to say no, it's cost prohibitive. That's ridiculous. It's cost prohibitive if you want to, get Little Samson, sure. Cost prohibitive if you want to get things like that, sure. But if you're happy playing true classics, because honestly, people are like, oh, Little Samson this, Little Samson that. They probably never played it. They probably never had it because it's that uncommon of a game. It was only rented out in Blockbusters and stuff like that. I never saw it. I never heard of it when I was a kid, so I have zero nostalgia for the game. So and I know it's amazing to play it, but you can still have tons of great experiences without playing that game.
I think
on
also
physically.
when you hear that's just a lot of talking, it's a harder to find game that's good. I don't from my experience, it's just it's fun. It's not like Mario 3 good, if you will. It's like like what you're saying, like you can get those games like Mario 1, 2, and 3 and have a really good time. I think probably all three of those games are better than Little Samson. But because it's a good game and it's hard to find, is what people are like. It's got to be great. It's like $1,500.
Yeah.
It's a fine game. It's fine. It's not great. It's fine. It's fun.
Yeah.
It's
But there are tons and tons and tons of great games that are like $10, $15 or less.
It's kind of a we call it a dick measuring thing where if you have it, you say, "Oh, look at my collection,"
Which is why
And
so
if
many
that's-
of those collectors like immediately go after Earthbound or immediately go after something big like that.
Yeah, it's more
maybe
look
you
at
can shelf
what I
your
bought
collection.
rather than look at this awesome game.
Yeah.
What do you have? Oh, I have the Earthbound. That's a $200 game.
You have
Is it
Stadium
$200
events? Like 150.
Because when I found it for $5, it was only I think $160 game. Has it gone up to 200 now?
Up and down. It's always between 150 and 200.
Yeah. Not when you go to game shows in my area.
$300.
$300.
$300.
Yeah. That's for the I don't care what I have to spend. I have to have it now, people.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
It's the only copy I've seen here today. I guess I gotta get it.
Yeah, except for when you go to those shows, there's actually like probably like 15 to 20 copies of it there.
Isn't that what Midwest was like last year? Ryan, you were saying that like.
Oh yeah, there's definitely a few guys who had just nothing but the super rare stuff, and they were exceeding the eBay price. Basically, they were there, and like I don't think they sold much of the super rare stuff. I remember though there was one guy. I don't remember if it was last year or the year prior. I want to say it was the year prior, where the guy he put out a stack and of just incredibly rare NES games like Bonk and Little Samson, and just stacked it up. And what's called like I think it was like $3,000, $4,000. The guy just gave him his credit card, and he just swiped it and just took stack of NES games like this, and just walked right out the door.
And he was done, right?
Yeah. Just threw his credit card right down. The guy scanned it and just okay, see you later. Clear the guy right out. And
then 5 seconds later, he did a stop payment.
That would have been funny.
Goodbye. As soon as he walks away, he gets right on the phone. I need a stop payment. I think somebody.
I think someone stole my credit card. That'd be actually the greatest idea ever. Let's say you lived out of state, you drove from Indiana or something like that. Like, are you in Wisconsin? No, I'm not in Wisconsin at all. Cancel my credit card.
Better hope somebody else has the hotel bill.
You just drive straight up from Indiana and just drive straight back.
Drive up, buy it, cancel it.
Mm-hmm.
As long as you don't get gas.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because they're not checking like ID or anything.
I don't know if they'd go. Well, I guess it would depend on how much you ran up on your card.
Mm-hmm.
If it was a small amount, I think they're going to go through the hassle of like $10,000. I think we're going to look into this a little bit.
I just remember I just walked right by the guy's table and I was just like, wow, you guys like I thought he wanted to look at the rear ones, and he just put up on a pile and he's like, how much? And then like I think he said like 3,500 or something like that. And he's like, here you go, credit card. I'm like, pfft. I'm sure the vendor was happy. He didn't even like barter with the price to say, hey, would you give me for $3,000? And I'm sure he probably would have. Just
it's crazy. Like guy's probably buying for a store. And those guys, like a lot of times, those guys don't care about it. They just come up and they're like, "I'll take that," and then that's it. There's no there's no haggling, and they probably know they could haggle you down. And I don't know why they wouldn't want to save a buck, but they're like, it's not even worth their time talking to you because they're just going to run to the next table and do the same thing. I think that's the point of it. It's like they literally don't want to waste the time talking to you about it.
All I'm saying is that this guy didn't have like fantastic prices. He was like straight at the eBay top of the line price too. You know, it's not like this guy was like I gotta buy them all up because this guy is selling for $100 below each one of them, $100 below price. No, this guy was selling right at eBay, bursting doors open. He went straight to his table. I want this. You know, and pile them up and take it.
Yeah, when they were probably priced to drop anyway.
Yeah, probably. Anybody coming up probably could have made an offer an hour or so, say, would you take this for this one game? And you probably would have got it, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm starting to get excited for Midwest, though. I do love the conventions. Their conventions are a lot of fun.
2 months.
Yeah,
2 months from today.
Should go get my taxes done one of these days so I get that nice little refund for Midwest.
I did mine last night.
I usually just put a small little bit away from towards Midwest every year.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to. Hopefully, I don't know how things are gonna time out, but you know, we're hoping to list the house on the 9th of March, and which means that hopefully we have a place. Like I'm probably moving in March, which means that Midwest will be.
Did you buy a house?
Like, no, not yet.
Did you buy? Okay.
We talked to the bank, so we know what we can throw around. But like that just happened today, so I think we're gonna kick it into high gear here pretty soon. Start looking at places. There's one place I found today that I was just like, that gives us more square footage than I think we need. It's at the top of our range. But if it's the house we're in for 30 years, maybe that's the direction we want to go. That's
so are you just
plan.
moving out of? Are you just moving out of the college area? Is what you're doing?
No, I'm not in the college area. We're north of Iowa City, but you know, we bought this place 7 years ago when we didn't have a kid, and now we do, and so there's some minor changes to how we want things, and like my wife wants fewer steps. She wants like to be able to just come in from her garage, from the garage, right into her kitchen, that kind of thing. Like she doesn't want a split level. That's kind of the big thing. Is like we come in and then we come in through the garage. We immediately have to go up a flight of stairs to get to the main level, and it's inconvenient. But she's got her wants list. I have my wants list. We kind of know what things will budge on.
Does your wants list include right by a hair salon so you can keep it perfect?
He already knows how to do that.
Yeah.
Why shell out the money for a salon?
No, the nice thing is we're not looking to move outside of this town, so we're going to stay in the same city. It's just a matter of town. I guess it's still a town. I don't know. It's growing really fast, so the real estate market is booming in here now. So I think this is the time for us to cash in what we bought here 7 years ago and go bigger.
That's funny. That's my same story. You just tell it better. Basically, every single detail of what you said, other than the split level part. But mine's a semi-detached, so similar.
Yeah, we're in a townhome, so if I knocked on this wall really hard, the neighbor might hear me. But
I usually can't hear him, but my wife has mom ears and can hear the neighbors snoring.
Wow.
So, because I guess he snores like a chainsaw style. I've heard it a couple times. She's like, "Can you hear that?" I'm like, "Yeah, okay, I heard it that time." But it doesn't bother me. But she has mom ears. So if a child cries 500 meters within the the house, like within range of the house, she wakes up. Even though my son doesn't really cry at night, so it doesn't make any sense. He's 6 years old, but when he was born, she got mom ears, and that has never dissipated. It is at the same intensity as a newborn situation. She's like 2 floors above me right now. She can probably hear me.
Nice.
Yeah.
But yeah,
So.
we're excited. We're excited.
Oh yeah,
It's just
my
gonna be a
place.
lot.
They finally finished it. Like you go in,
That's awesome.
and there's nothing else that needs to be done other than like stuff you would do if you're moving in. It is finally renovated.
The one thing about my house is I have a pool table that was left at my house in the basement, and it's actually like a fantastic, never used pool table. I just suck at pool, and I don't want it there because it takes up too much valuable real estate in the basement where I want to put my retro corner, where I can put my my CRT and everything, and what's it called, or I can put my consoles and everything. So I have my ideal plan when I want to do it, and my friend who is the carpenter wants it for his basement. In
I wouldn't even do that. Just modify it a little bit, turn it into a table, put it in your dining room.
No,
perfect.
No, in exchange for free labor, what's it called? He's gonna, take it off of my hands for me. But I don't know if he needs it this weekend, so I might just go in the garage, for the time being, just because I want it out of the basement. But I have to take off the legs to get it up the stairs. Get out the door. So
yuck.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. Calling out the people I've moved out over the few years, basically, that I've helped out, calling that favor. So, saying, hey, remember when I helped you move twice? Hey, whenever I helped you move twice, calling that favor right now. So,
I'm going to take off, boys.
All right, Eric.
Have a good week.
Have a good one.
Yep.
Take care of yourselves. Bye.
And oh man, do I have a lot of crap?
I think I don't, because I felt like we already like unloaded stuff when we did like the staging purge for this place, but since then more stuff has come into the house. Because then we sold it almost like immediately, and now we've been living in it for like 2 months after that, and so old habits prevail. Not my habits, other people's habits. All the stuff I found.
I'm trying to resist buying
into a box.
More. I'm trying to resist like looking for more stuff because there's lots on eBay of 10 N64 games for $32, and there's like games that are staples that I should get.
How are your feelings? I don't mean to change the subject, but how are your feelings on something about maybe playing a game on its original console design versus a remaster or a remake or re-release, let's say, on a newer console?
I am up. I mean, that's part of what my purge was about. Was I have these newer versions of it, so I'm getting rid of the old ones. I did that with Kingdom Hearts. I did that with I haven't completed that yet, but I sold off God of War 1, 2. I still have 3, I'm gonna get the Saga at some point, unless they do a full remaster of they could still.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Who knows? Right? Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, Devil May Cry is getting re-released again.
I gotta bounce out, guys. I'll talk to you later.
All right. Have a good night. To me, it doesn't. I don't know. If they remastered Final Fantasy VIII, I don't think I would get rid of my original copy of Final Fantasy or my PS1 version of Final Fantasy VIII.
Let's say they do that Final Fantasy VII nonsense where it looks like a completely different game.
Sure.
Or Secret of Mana, it's a 3D remake.
Mm-hmm. but like I have games on Rare Replay, so I'm less inclined to go try and find those games physically.
Yes.
Like I don't need to go get either of the Banjo games because they're here. I have Perfect Dark. I also have the HD Perfect Dark, but I really like that series, so and I hope that the rumors are true. But I'm keeping my. It's the only boxed N64 game that I have at the moment is that. So no, I'm impartial. I guess I don't really commit. I will give you a different answer based on what it is. I think is what it comes down to.
I guess my reason for bringing it up is because I'm not a fan of how the controller layout for the 3DS to play Ocarina and Majora, seeing as all those games were designed for the N64 controller. Same thing with Mario 64 DS remake. It doesn't feel right to me. It feels off. It doesn't. Those are the games that I think were designed for the N64 controller, and they should be played with the N64. I don't care if it's prettier in your eyes. To me, like, it's about gameplay, and to me, like, it plays better on the N64 in my eyes. I'm not a graphics snob. I'm about like how it plays, if you will, and I don't think it plays better for something like that. Now, like what you said, you sold Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2 for the PS2. I think that's fine because, and I would do the same too, because this controller is awfully similar to the PS2 controller, where I don't think it's going to play much differently. In fact, it might play better because my understanding of like there's like less load times and
I mean the Shadow of the Colossus remaster is an eventual for me. I have my PS2 copy, but I could probably I don't need to hang on to it. It's in great shape. I mean, that's the other thing I guess about with some of the stuff that I've collected is like if it's in good shape, somebody's going to want it, and it can cut down the cost of a in the case of Shadow of the Colossus, it's just like it is a visual spectacle. The update that they were able to do with it.
I saw one reviewer for Kotaku didn't like it. They didn't like the changes to the controls. They said it made the game feel off to them. Someone was a big fan of the original. So that's the.
And of course, as someone who defends playing the Zelda games on the original N64 controller as being superior, you find that strange.
No. I'm just saying is that I kind of was maybe expecting someone who was maybe a giant fan of the series. I mean, I didn't hear too many negative reviews, but then when I saw that one, I think yesterday, I was just like, I was kind of waiting for that. I thought maybe I would have saw that from a few reviewers on the first day of that being released. Maybe they decided just with all the hype that maybe we'll wait a couple days before I make my article or something like that. My story article about that. So I don't know. I think I was just expecting that sooner, if you will.
The negativity towards it.
Maybe someone saying something along the line of, "I didn't like this game as much because they changed the controls."
Yeah, like how that was almost immediate for Crash and Insane Trilogy.
That's another good example. Like I sold all of my Crash games because I can get it on that. I just haven't gotten it on that yet.
Yeah, you can wait for a $20 sale or something like that, or Black Friday or something, and get it for like probably $20 or something.
Yeah, but it all really depends on your attachment to the games and the versions of said games, because you both said that you would or have gotten rid of the original Kingdom Hearts. I'm going to keep those, regardless of if I have the PS4 version or not, which I do, because I have attachment to those original versions. I may not necessarily play them again, but I still enjoy having them. Like I have
Are they
a short
are
but
they your
funny story
original
about
copies?
not the first one, but I have a reason that it's kind of funny and special to me with 2, which leads into why I didn't have 1 anymore. My original copy of that is because I took my original copy of 1 into a video store at the time. This shows you how long ago it was. This is like in PS2 era to get the game resurfaced. Not only did I not get the game back resurfaced, they lost the game. They completely lost my copy of Kingdom Hearts. So they offered to buy me a new copy of the game, and I said, "Okay, just get me a new copy of the game as a apology for that." And what they got me was a brand spanking new copy of Kingdom Hearts 2, which I think was relatively new at the time, and I didn't have.
There you go.
So it's like, okay, that works. I'm okay with this. I'm going to say thank you and walk away. So that's a funny story for me, but I did have to reacquire 1 later for way more than I wanted to spend. It was like $25 or something crazy, but I just couldn't find the damn thing.
That's
Yeah.
Like for me, there's like a few games like that where it's like I kind of also because number one, like the trade-in value is garbage, where I wouldn't mind like. So, like I said, the PS2, there's a lot of like really good games on it for me. Like I love the Metal Gear series. So 2 and 3, they're my copies from when I bought them. And granted, I have the HD remake for the PS3. And same thing with like Devil May Cry. I have Devil May Cry for the PS2, and I have the PS3 remake. And I know they're re-releasing it again. We're supposed to play even better or something like that on the PS4 and Xbox and the new generation. So I was like, man, I really, really, really like those games where I would probably dump the PS3 version if it's still worth any value now, and then maybe buy the PS4 version again. But I would still hold on to the PS2 version, if it will, because number one, I'm not gonna get anything for it.
Sense.
It's like a $4 game selling in the stores, Same thing with the Metal Gear series.
Yeah, that's where it's tough. Like I'm in the process of my purge, right? And there's a bunch of games that just nobody's even kicking the tires on. Like all the PS3 stuff, nobody cares about. So it's like, at what point do I go? I can do one of two things. I can either go and dump it for pennies, which just isn't a good, like, it's a poor financial decision.
Yeah.
Or go through the process of listing them on eBay and have to manage all of that. Or just reincorporate them for now, and then when another purge comes up, then I can decide to cut them again.
Yeah.
I'm kind of stuck on that, especially, like, I still have 19 Super Nintendo games that people haven't bought. And I don't feel like my prices are unfair. It's just like people just... Nobody is following through on Facebook. It's like I get a lot of people are like, I'm interested in this item, but no one is actually doing anything about it. And
Yeah,
I'm
you said this
responding
before because it's like it's easy for someone to say like click the I'm interested button, but then they forget about it, and once you contact them, it's like, oh, I didn't actually care.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Yes, that has happened, but exactly. There's a bunch that are but the thing is, posting to that marketplace, like I've had people who appear to be from like Ohio contact me, and it's like, you're not in Iowa, you're in Ohio. Like, what are you doing? But at some point, I'm just gonna be like, you know what? I would rather not sell these Super Nintendo games at half the price of their worth. Let me just sit on them some more, because they're not doubles. If they were doubles, it'd be another story. So as much as I don't want to,
willing to cut a deal.
Yeah, or a trade or trades. Like there's not people aren't trading. It's a weird time in that community. And I even went through Craigslist to try and find like somebody who's like, I will pay you cash for your old video games. And there's no listings for it, which makes me wonder why I don't have a listing for it. I also don't have that capital on hand to be like, sure, $40 for this 3 boxes of video games.
Yeah, that's good if you're like a store.
Yeah, or if you just
Those kind of
if you're
things.
self-employed and have the ability to to leave in a moment's notice. That's the other thing is so many of those deals are like
Get
here
it now.
right.
Yep.
Which is why I mean that's what I wish people would like. Maybe I should just list it on Craigslist and see if somebody will bite.
Yeah.
I'm just afraid that
Let go or offer up. Ever use that?
I had downloaded them at some point in the past, but I haven't even looked.
I got a really, really good price on a really, really good wireless router this weekend off of Let Go. So, I mean, selling, or it's called like, I mean, it's worth a shot. Maybe trying to sell. Like I've sold off Let Go. I think I've had more success with Let Go than Offer Up. But
I'm just wondering if I should list these as like individual games.
yes, if you put bundle, your people are gonna try to lowball you.
Okay.
I mean, unless there's just a bunch of cheap games, maybe throw them together. You know, but if it's something that's like a $20 game, sell it by itself.
Yeah, or is it going to be like? Do you want to do like an ongoing listing or just a by game basis? Like buy this and you get this and all that. But if you have a list of all you have and it's like, I've got these priced at this, and if you buy this many, I'll do a deal on these ones.
Yeah, I think that's how I have it. Right, I have one post for all 20. Right, it was 20, and one of them sold. So like there's a price for the bundle, but then I have them each individually priced underneath that. So if somebody were to add them up, they could see that my bundle price is lower. I probably should spoon feed people more on that.
Yeah, like say in the brackets, this is this much % off.
Yeah. Hey, this bundle discount's actually 80% or 20% off of buying them individually.
Yeah.
It's but yeah, so that's good. I will try these and see what that does any better. I just don't want to like I said, I don't want to just take such a big hit on it.
Understandable.
Like if I knew for sure that like everything that I had I got for $288, then that'd be easier to kind of figure that out. But use my location. Anyways.
Yeah, plus these apps are really easy to sell off of too. You just upload the picture and put the info. You can rate people so you can see if they're trustworthy or something like that. Like the guy was really willing to come down on price. He goes, I've had 3 people back out of trying to buy this thing off me. And he's like, he goes, just make me an offer, and I made him an offer. He's like, perfect, just come. He's like, he goes, if I don't have to go far, I will cut you that price. So, turns out he was actually doesn't live too far from where I work, so I just drove out there and said, meet me at this the store, and he was there. He's like, you know how to work this, right? I'm like, yep. And I just gave him the money, and I said goodbye. Don't want to talk. It's like, see you later. They gave me 5 stars.
The weather's fine. Give me my stuff.
Yeah. I was like, it's one of those things where he's just like, yeah, blah, blah. I'm like, gotta go. See you later. Like, he gave me 5 stars. I'm like, thank you. No offense. You're a stranger, and,
we're not buddies.
That's the thing. I just want to get this exchange over with and go home.
Ooh, this Dreamcast. How much is that? $45.
Were you looking at buying stuff?
Trying not to. Super Game Boy in box. $40.
Do or do not.
Man, look what you did to me, Ryan.
The thing is, like, I'm looking right now for like an additional monitor, and I'm kicking myself because from what I hear, what we got there, Super Game Boy. There you go. Click that. Is that price negotiable? Negotiable?
It's been up for a month.
I bet you that's negotiable.
Yeah, that's like a would you do 20?
Yep.
To start, or 15 even. Because then you have something to go up from.
So I'm looking for right now just an additional monitor. I'm looking for something that's at least probably around 20 inches. So I have something for streaming. Because, I mean, just so I could have like an additional monitor with like the chat up basically. So I can look at when I'm playing basically. So like this guy's selling a 19-inch here and it says $15. The price is negotiable. So I probably could get it for 10. But it's a 19-inch monitor. I want something maybe just a little bit bigger. But I also looked in the neighborhood, like there's a few ones where I'm like, oh, that's a really good price, but I'm like, I don't want to drive all the way to Kenosha for it, you know.
Yeah.
And imagine to get it at a good price, I would have to drive all the way to Kenosha.
Well, like that camera, I drove an hour because my buddy's dad actually lives 2 hours from me, so it was worth the deal. So is that?
Oh yeah, if it's worth the deal, then yeah.
Yeah, I need to get that stuff. That'll be my project. What stuff to list?
Oh yeah, the stuff to list on here. I thought you thought about buying more stuff out here. Like, oh, I'm gonna make a list.
I want to wait. I want to wait for Midwest, but
yeah. I mean, that was my ultimate goal, and then I ran into this guy, and I was like, you know, I was talking with my buddy. I was like, wait a minute, you know, I was actually gonna probably buy this at Portland, and I backed out at the last second, and then I just kind of was like, yeah, I guess, because I've been eyeing this thing up for quite a while. Might as well get it while it's on sale.
Here's 9 Sega sports games for $15. Yeah, anyways, this is slippery slope. That's weird. It's a picture of NBA Jam for the Genesis, but it says Nintendo Wii U game case.
How many stars does that vendor or seller got?
Probably just like a poop emoji.
Let's see. That is it.
YouTube shopping is great radio.
I'm sorry. This is Oh look, he has sold a WCW championship belt. Somebody might know their stuff.
Some guy's trying to sell a GameCube component cable for $140.
It's a good price.
Yeah, that's not bad. I mean, it's $100. It's like $134.50 more than I spent, but before conversion. But I haven't mentioned it in a while. I'm okay with that joke.
Fair enough. Yeah.
No, it's just
No, I'm excited about the whole moving thing. I just wish I knew where. I wish I knew what it was. The place I saw today probably has 600 more square foot than it has 700 more than I have now. So I don't know that I need that, but part of me is like, I don't want to have to build onto a house.
Yeah. I'm very happy with what I got eventually. Like, I'm glad I kind of lost out on this other house that I was outbid on. So, like, because I found this place and I'm so much more happier. Like, this house had, like, everything I was looking for. Like, I had my little checklist. That's what I'm looking for in a house. And this place filled it all. So, I'm very happy with what I ended up with. Yeah. I tried doing a little bit of the additional insulation in the attic because the guy who did the inspection of the house said, the upstairs, if you add like another layer of insulation, you'll save on your energy bill. And it's seen like all these like YouTube videos are like, oh yeah, it's a fun weekend, easy project. I tried doing it last weekend, and I just my attic isn't very tall. It's only probably about 5 foot tall, and I'm 6'1", and I banged my head like 2 or 3 times, and I was just like, you know what? I got a buddy who does this for a living. I'm just gonna send him up there to the attic to do this because I'm not made for this.
Hire someone short.
Yeah, that's definitely a job for someone short because that's not fun. I was not having fun trying to do that. So
yeah, that's the tough thing. It's like I could find some place that has the ability for me to build, like it has an unfinished basement or something, right? I can be like, oh, I'll make the basement whatever I want to make it, but that's going to cost money. That's going to take time.
What you really want is done before you move in.
Yeah. I'm okay with adapting into something still. And then eventually maybe a remodel down the
line.
Yeah.
Yeah, but after you move, you're going to want to be done for a while.
Mm-hmm. Then I got to figure out. It's like I'm thinking about ditching a lot of the shelves, like my Target brand, like three shelves.
Oh yeah, those that's what I'm trying to do myself because those come out so much more deeper, and like that's like if I can. That's why I wanted my buddy to do the custom shelves because I can cut them down in like half basically, and then have like the perfect amount of space, and essentially give me more space. And I don't know. That's what I want too. I'm dumping those Target shelves. Sure, they were nice for $20.
So if I can, so if I can get them, if I can get all the games off of them, then I can start letting go of that. Canvas bins are your best friend.
I wonder, is there a website you can custom build your own shelves off of?
You could probably get plans for it.
Yeah, aren't there like hardware stores you can just go buy the parts and they'll like cut them for you? And then all that you have to do at that point is you just screw it together.
Yeah, you can
or
like if you go to Ryan, if you go to like a Lowe's with, hey, I need them this long, these I need them this long, they'll cut them and do all that for you.
Yeah.
So that you have semi-finished pieces.
Yeah, and then you
might
just measure for holes and do that.
Or sand them a little bit.
Yeah. And paint. I've actually been looking at shelves recently, and shelves are bullshit expensive. It like for something that's actually good, or at least something that is not like a bookcase, something that's a media shelf. Like the media shelf is like half the size, twice the cost of a regular bookcase. Which is like I could probably just build whatever this is twice as good for a quarter of the price. But it's all convenience, really, at that point. But like, even if I wanted to spend a little bit more to do a little bit less, they're garbage. They're all hot garbage. Or like one's too short, one's too wide. It's just like you can't find the perfect shelf. It doesn't exist.
Yeah.
You just have to basically build it yourself.
Yeah, I've searched like 5 different stores. It's like I can't find something that works.
Or I think like if I remember right, like Pam and Will bought an extra IKEA set to get extra shelves that they could put into their main bookshelf.
Can't you just buy individual bookshelves?
I don't know if you can. Or if
at
you
IKEA,
could buy.
Yeah, you can. You can buy spare shelves.
The thing is, the IKEA in Oak Creek by your sister, the IKEA by your sister's house isn't open yet. It's almost done though. It's almost done. So waiting for that thing to open.
Yeah, that's gonna be nuts. Get you some Billy bookcases.
Yeah, actually, I would just get those. But here's the problem with me: I am nowhere near an IKEA, and I don't have a car. It's $100 to ship even a single item
Yep.
by truck. Yeah, so it's like, no, thank you. If I was buying like an entire house worth of furniture, that would be fantastic. Couple shelves? Hell no. But I saw this one that was like this Atlantic Oscar shelf or whatever the fuck. And you know, I'm getting tired when I'm swearing more. Anyway. But it's like how much is it? Like something insane amount of Blu-ray storage or DVD. Like 800 or something.
Mm-hmm.
And it's built like absolute crap, and it's $200, and it's like,
yeah. My buddy Adam was telling me about it because like he's got a pretty extensive disc-based collection, and he bought like 2 like whatever gigantic racks from Best Buy, but he had to use like glue, even though it was not like necessary needed, because he said like they just kind of fell apart on him at one point in time where you know, in order to prevent that from happening, he need to actually do a little bit of extra work. And I'm like, I don't want to buy something that I know, you know, if it's supposed to be built that way, I don't want it like collapsing on me. You know, I want something at least with low quality. Especially, I think he paid like $200 per shelf, like that too. You know, and they were just crap. So
yeah.
Granted, they hold.
I'd
like,
want something that's like super built in, if I can, or that gives the impression of being built in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's the other option of doing wall shelves, but that's so you're in. If you install wall shelves, you are stuck with that. And of course, it's just the whole thing of I like adjusting shelves as I get stuff. So I would want them to be adjustable, and there's not a whole hell of a lot of options for adjustable wall shelving.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of what I want too. I'm gonna have to tell my friend too, just as in case I want to switch like a layout so it can be built so I can, you know, take the pegs out maybe if it has little pegs, and that's the benefit of those like whatever like
The media
DVD
shelves.
racks or something like that. You could take the peg out and go down a layer so you can maybe stack it a different way.
Yeah, like say you'd want to do the top shelf as CDs or DS games. You've got a perfect height there. And then you basically regain a shelf at the bottom. That's what I want to do. I've got currently a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shelf this bookcase. It's not too much deeper than it needs to be for video games. It was like VHS shelf when I was a kid, and I'm still using the darn thing. It's falling apart. But
I shared a link for some DIY ones that somebody else that I follow did recently, and you can fasten them to the wall, but they're built, and then he can move them around if he needs to. But he had to build them. He had to build them around an egress window, so they're
egress window. Is that like just the?
That's
like it's one of the basement window that like leads up
like
and
the
out.
really deep ones.
Yes.
Oh.
If you want to put, let's say if you have a bedroom in the basement, they can't call it a bedroom unless you have an egress. What's it called? The egress window?
Yeah, it's an egress window. So it's like I'm underground, right? But I have a window that goes out. It's like, you know how you walk by those houses and there's like a little like a hole that you could fall into.
Yeah.
Sometimes they'll cover them up. Like that window is an escape route, but in order for me to consider it, like if we put a door on this room, you can't see the hallway. If we put a door on this room, it could be considered another bedroom because we have an egress window. It's a technicality that allows for certain classifications, but yeah, so he had to build his shelves so that they fit around a window. But that again, he can also move them if he chooses to.
I'm gonna ask about this thing just because I don't really know like lingo for like specific types of builds for a house, like different little add-ons. But I've got in this room like these little shelves on the wall, like not shelves, but like they're like knee-high little things that go around. and it's got the electrical outlets above that. What the hell are those for? Do you know?
That's a good question.
Like, I have no idea. Oh, like
So it's almost like
all it does is give me 2 fewer flat walls to utilize. That's all it does.
so it's almost like it has a little like outcropping, and there's
Yeah.
outlets above it.
Yeah. Except there's molding on it so that you can't lay something flat against it. I have no freaking clue.
That's
Maybe it's
weird.
some weird bedroom thing, because there's also a built-in shelf here that's clearly like for linens or shoes or something. I have no idea.
Are they thinking you'd mount a TV there, and so they were giving you a?
No, they're not that high. As I said, they're like knee high, but then knee high for me is different.
Oh,
but
they're knee high. Okay, that's weird.
yeah, I've lived here going on 8 years now. I still have no freaking clue what they're for or what to do to circumvent that.
That's really strange.
Infuriating. Yep.
And I was tempted though, Musty, like because of this move, it was like tempting to like really reconsider doing the box amiibo collection, because I have like two gigantic bins just full of them, and I already bent a couple boxes on accident, you know, where I'm like, you know, I did buy a shelf originally to debox these guys, you know.
Yeah.
Where
are you getting the Pearl and Marina ones?
No. My original
No.
goal was only the Smash Brothers series, and I accomplished that. So, I did that, and like I was thinking about doing the just a few of the Zelda ones, and I did that. So like I'm pretty much done with amiibos. It's about
now.
Well, I went to IKEA, the one that's in Illinois. I think it's in Skokie. Right? I think.
There's one in Schaumburg.
Schaumburg, that's the one. Yeah.
I don't know. Okay.
That's the one. So I drove down there, bought this case with the intent of doing it for the Smash Brothers series, and then I just kind of got to the point. I'm like, well, I really like how these boxes look, so I might just do the old razor bit to them, take them out, and just save, you know, the plastic, because I could probably stack the boxes like that and just keep the bin separately. I don't know, because I really do like the backs. I honestly do really like the back artwork of the backboards for it. So, and just maybe put them in there. But
I'll be right back.
Sure.
Okay. Yeah, it's tough because we haven't even gone in to look at a house yet. Like physically been inside another house to be like, this might be the one. Haven't even done that yet. So like I have to resist my mind like immediately jumping to conclusions on it. Being like, boom, like put this there.
I can put my games here.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, that's what I did. I was like, man, this was a perfect room for like a rec room for you know, it's already a rec room to begin with. So
yeah,
just
like part of me is like, would I want to commit a bedroom to all of the like collection stuff, and then have like a, you know, the most modern stuff in the big like TV room. I don't know. I don't know what I want. I'm not sure. It's funny. I like part of me was like, oh, I really should try and keep all of that under wraps so that Thursday's video doesn't, you know, come off weird.
Meh.
But at most there's like 7 or 8 people who are watching it. So
I guess I've looked at kind of what Chris Roberts has, I think, with those like pegboard walls too and everything, the pegboard walls shelves. I think that's how he has it. At least like, that's good storage, and but you can move stuff around. But I don't know if I really like the look of that, either. So I don't know. I'm just looking at how to make custom shelf videos here.
Yeah, there's a ton of them. I mean,
Yeah.
Troy's got a good one. This guy knows the one that I sent you. He knows what he's doing. I like how his actually. I like how his look, and he got he painted him before he brought him in, and all that. It's good to be handy like that. But some of that, yeah, if it's already cut, and if it's already cut, then trying to all you got to do is bring them home, assemble them, and then that's it.
I remember my buddy Sean. He went to some store, and I should reach out to him, where he went there and he kind of laid out what he wanted for his like entertainment stand. And like basically they just said okay, and they just went boom, 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 boom. They're like, all right, this is what you'll need to, like we have the stuff already pre-made, and this is what you need basically. Like they like kind of laid out for me, and something like that. I should reach out to him, but I don't think it was very cheap. I think it was pretty pricey at the store. I don't know. But I don't know if it's also the option where you can readjust things. That's the only thing I'm thinking about, And I'm honestly really thinking especially after this move, and how many tubs I have of like games, and probably it's because most of them are in the universal game cases, but cutting out the universal game cases for the NES games and just doing loose NES cartridges. And just keeping it to Super Nintendo and 64 for the universal game cases. That's kind of where I'm at right now.
Yeah. It's interesting how you can kind of perspective changes and stuff like that.
Yeah, just I don't know. I would like to start like setting this all up, but I just know I have to wait around too. I can't just do stuff right away. I have to wait. So, and
you just want the boxes to be gone. You just want to be like,
yeah. That's the thing. It's like I'm gonna want once I start. At least the goal is Sunday, where I'm there going forward for a long time, and then, but I know I have to also wait a week probably for my buddy, because he's remodeling he's redoing his bathroom. So he says like he wanted to just finish his bathroom before he comes over and starts. But like I'm at the point where I'm like, I'll just give him a house key. You come over, you just start going to work, buddy. I'll be back at 6 o'clock. You just let know.
Catch you later.
Yeah. But maybe I guess I might not be able to do these readjusting shelves unless I could talk with him on how we could possibly do something where I can keep switching around. I just don't want it to go deep.
Stability becomes a question mark then, because you'd have to have those things be super stable, so that if you took out the ones that you'd have that are adjustable, those aren't going to. You'd effectively have to build, this type of target shelf, and have just the frame be the sturdy part, so that you could put in the other pieces, which means you'd have to do all those pilot holes for dowels and stuff like that.
That's actually what I was talking about, just building one of those, except not terrible.
Mm-hmm.
And at the right measurements.
Mm-hmm.
Like, as I said, you just get the parts cut, and then you drill the holes, and you're done.
Yeah. Could do that. Yeah, I mean, if you can get, I think one of the videos, the one that I sent, I think the guy like built a jig, or like a template, so that he knows I need for an NES cart, this is the space, and then here's how much space I need so I can tip it out and like pull it out like that.
Yeah.
So he's got like just the right amount of space, but it limits him because then if he ever wants to not have his NES on that shelf.
Yeah, he's screwed. Which is why I want to do the adjustable and do just kind of standard media sizing, because DS games are roughly the size of a CD.
Mm-hmm.
And it just like as your collection grows, where things fit changes, which is why I want a specific one with adjustable shelving like that. And it's just like for how much time it takes to try and find the right pre-made shelf that has all that, it's maddening. You could make your own in that time, and it would be cheaper.
Yeah.
And like drilling those little pilot holes isn't that much more work than building a shelf already is.
Yeah.
It's just a little bit more specific measurements. So if you're already going to build a shelf, why the heck not?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, it's like a couple extra hours out of your day. And a couple smaller pieces of wood because of the shelves.
You just need to, you need to measure that thing.
Yeah.
Really well, like.
Yeah, but you can just look at one of those shelves, measure what the measurement is on that, and go, okay, template, plop.
Or I know I want to be able to have this one be 2 inches lower than the previous one. Just every.
Yeah. For wall shelving, I saw those are like I'm not really that much into like the hardware stuff, but like those just kind of metal rods of like the mount rods for the wall shelves that you can just get and then you drill those in the hole and then you just
they just sort of snap in.
Yeah, I was thinking of doing that, just measuring those and putting those on the wall, and then you can still adjust the shelves. But then
you just need something to like
put on the end.
You need bookends or dividers.
Yeah, at that point you can just drill a piece of like end wood on the wall and make it like basically a shelf on the wall, except instead of brackets and pilot holes, you have those on there. And the return of Troy.
You started talking about shelving, so
Shelfcast.
Seriously, just build what I built. It's the best.
Bueno.
It seriously is the best.
What happened?
They're beautiful. They hold everything. You take out 2 screws, and you can move any shelf you want to whatever height you so desire. And they take up the whole room. And they're custom, and they fit every single space. And they literally sit like an inch out from the wall or whatever. They're like basically 2x4s. Those are 2x2s, the ones that go across, but the ones behind them are like 2x3s or 2x4s. Yeah, but you can basically set it up, and it sticks out that far from the wall, so it doesn't like protrude out like a crazy, like IKEA shelf or whatever from the wall. Yeah. And it's not too deep. It's the perfect everything. Yeah, and it doesn't take any amount of carpentry skills. Literally, if you even have like not a handsaw, but like if you have like one of those $100.
I do have a handsaw.
I got a miter. Is it miter saw? Whatever. Like one of those. If not,
maybe do the measurements at like Home Depot or Lowe's. Like that. It's not a bad idea.
You just do the measurements, and honestly, like most of your heights are going to be the same. Most of your shelf widths are going to be the same because.
Troy, could you do me a favor and take a picture of it? Honestly, like of your shelves, just a couple of them, so I could show maybe my buddy. Like that might be just a nice, quick, easy option to do, where I can have him just do something similar to that.
Yeah, and then if you want to change it in the future, you're not out that much money.
Yeah, I could just take a couple shelves down, at least, and just unscrew.
I have a whole video on it,
and I can link him to that too. But I kind of want just to show him a picture or something like that,
Yeah, general idea. Here it is. But that's a good option. But like what I was talking about with the metal rods that you just screw into the wall, you could basically do that with those. That might be what I do.
Yeah, you set the thing on the studs and then you screw in. Yeah,
Those have to be on the studs.
The big upright pieces should be.
Yeah. I don't need something that's that weight bearing, but
Well, games get heavy, right?
yeah. I don't know. It's an option.
I just sent a tweet
Thank you.
and tagged you.
Thank you.
Trust me, it ends up costing, like, to do this whole room, that wall that's got to be like 15 foot wall, plus another 7-foot wall maybe. That was like $150 in wood, and most of it was the cost of the paint. And I bought too much paint, like way too much paint. Bought like a big can of paint, didn't even need that much.
Mm-hmm.
So topped it off with a little IKEA, whatever they're called, lac shelves.
Yeah.
And good to go for like big box items up top. Go watch my video. You can see all the foibles, mistakes I made, and then so you won't make the same mistakes, and it's pretty easy.
Yeah, it seems like it'd be done a day or so.
Yeah, basically it took me. I mean, I had to wait for the paint to dry.
Yeah,
that was the pain. Like, if it wasn't about the paint, it would have been done like really quickly. It was a bit of a pain in the arse getting the screws in. I remember that, but I put like heavy duty screws that I probably did. It was a little bit of overkill. I didn't need to go that heavy. But
so are those coming down or are those staying with the house?
They have to stay with the house because they're custom. Like, I have my new one, I'm gonna have to do it again because the lengths are different and the height's gonna be different and everything. And
the owner wanted those shelves there or what?
I don't care what the owner wants. They didn't say anything about them, so I don't know. Maybe he's a huge video game nerd. That's why he wanted the house. I have no idea. Sure. He must have been like, this guy's into some really weird, kinky stuff. Because when there's nothing on it, it looks like, what the heck is this for? But it's solid. It's screwed right into the studs. Mm-hmm. And like the way I've got it. Let me just drop my camera. Whoa. So like the way I've got it set up, you can see it's hard to see there, but
that's an egress window right there.
Yeah. I know what it is now that I see it, but it's names of things. Do not know.
I was trying to show you.
I didn't know
detail of it, but like you can, like I've got them set up wherever I want them.
You can use those as a ladder to get out.
Yeah, seriously. And you can just adjust it. You got to take out 2 screws on every post or whatever, and you can move them wherever you want. Right, so that different heights. And like if you look in one of my videos where that's like the back, like behind me, you can see like everything's just like tight in there, right? Exactly where it needs to be. You can adjust it all you want. Make it perfect.
Nice.
And now I won't do the upside down space view. I will do right side up to not make people nauseous. There we go. Well, as much as my face could not make people nauseous.
So how's the bottom look of the shelves though? If you might,
that's the floor.
Okay.
He's got them notched around the molding.
Yeah. Okay. So I just notched them out.
Sure.
But it didn't take much. There's an empty beer bottle and a mess on the floor, but that's that, and that's it.
Nice.
Anyone can do it. It's pretty easy. My video doesn't really show you how to do it. Like there's one EdT1138 who had a video game collection in his basement flooded because a pipe burst. So it basically destroyed everything. And I haven't really seen a video from him since, but he has a video on his channel that like shows you how he made these. I basically just like sort of modified his plan to make it work for mine.
EdT
1138, I think.
I think you mentioned him in your video, don't you?
Yeah. I just can't. It's so hard to remember people's numbers after their names, right? I'm going to miss these shelves, man. They're beautiful. They're a beautiful thing. They are one of the wonders of the world.
You can do your shelf video 2.0.
Yeah.
When you get moved.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to redo do the same. I'm gonna do the same thing. They worked out so perfectly. Oh my god, I love them. I wish I could take my game room with me, like the actual room.
Just
yeah. But that's not going to happen, and I have to downsize, unfortunately.
Downsizing.
Yeah.
Boo.
I know.
Dean says those shelves are even more beautiful in person.
Yeah. Thanks, Dean.
Dean's still watching.
We're probably.
I just really like them because they, like what I was saying before, like they literally stick out the depth of a DVD case, or whatever you have on the shelf.
That's kind of what I'm looking at, basically. Sometimes it's just like that, you know.
Yeah.
Or I can almost use it, like, because I still have a pretty decent sized DVD and not so much Blu-ray collection, but maybe I could just get I still have like the shelf like this, but I don't know.
Oh.
Like the only thing that's a little bit different about it is that I set up. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see it. Weird, but one of them is like inset a little bit because the Super Nintendo carts are thinner, like in height. So when you lie them on their side, they wouldn't sit on one of the regular ones. It had to be like a little bit inset, but you just have to kind of think that part out. So basically, the one that's up against the wall is a 2x2 for that, and the other ones are 2x2s, and then the other ones are 2x3s. And the 2x3s are like perfect for like DVDs and CDs and Genesis games and Nintendo games, everything. It's just the 2x2s for the uprights for Super Nintendo cards.
Like I said, I'm probably going to keep those in universal game cases. But like for NES, maybe for like NES, like lanes, you know, and NES.
And then loose Genesis cards, I just use a CD, the black thing in the corner there. It's actually like not a CD, tape deck. Tape holder. And they work perfectly for holding loose Genesis games. And I have to remember to take that thing because it's such a part of the room that I just like might forget it. But I just screwed it right into the wall up there on top of that top shelf. It worked perfectly.
Creeping up on top of the hour.
Yep.
I mean, we could wrap it up here. That was a good discussion, I think, at the end here.
Just joined in for some sexy shelf talk. But
Shelfcast 2.0. Better and badder than ever.
Whoa.
Take that, Paul.
Not one milk crate mentioned.
Boom.
Take that.
Okay. All right, we can wrap there. I need to get to sleep.
Sounds good. Yeah, we'll box some more stuff for tomorrow.
Yay, boxing.
Boxing. All right. Bye, everyone.
All right.
Yep.
Bye.